usually I'll be like, yo, this is the 305. We're in Brickell. I'm not going to do that today because the 305 is basically a Trinity.
Yeah.
And one of our guys ain't there. So Fresh is away. Networking. Actually, Fresh is doing what he does best. Fresh is that's actual Fresh's element because there's a lot of sides to podcasting. One side is grabbing that mic and fucking talking. And, you know, they're the best people in the game. Tate, fucking Myron. I like to think I'm there. But there's a lot of people who are really good at that. Then you have people who need to actually make the show go. Get guests, network, make sure they get sponsorships. That's usually not the host, bro.
Yeah.
You know, the people have enough stuff to worry about. See, this is what you need to understand about life. Do what you do best and find people to fucking cover up your weak spots. It's not, oh, I'm going to be a jack of all trades. I'm going to be good at everything, which means you're an expert at fucking nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now, for a 3 life path, maybe that's the way to go. Because 3 life paths got to basically juggle things. And, you know, for other numbers, that might work. For most people, get fucking good at one thing. You do that. I mean, Dom's a perfect example of this. Bro, you fucking dominate fucking Twitter.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you weren't surprised, you probably own Twitter. You literally dominate Twitter.
Yeah.
Would you agree that your ability to get interactions, your ability to generate a following is probably one of your greatest strengths?
Yeah, definitely. Even with Twitter, because, and even if I compare it to other social medias, because that's where I put the work in. That's where I put the effort in studying the algorithm, studying what it took to constantly be there. So I put the work.
So you're not part of some Masonic group or some Illuminati. You didn't do some fucked up shit to get in your position.
Not at all.
You actually work for it.
Yeah, for sure.
And, you know, see, that's what a lot of you guys out there, maybe not you guys in the chat, but you guys out there actually believe. Since you're a fucking failure, since you didn't make it, that means everyone else who did make it, oh, they had help. They made a deal.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
You see that a lot too nowadays.
Of course.
Especially with creators. People just automatically assume
They want to cope.
Yeah. No one can achieve their own dreams, man.
They're basically like bitches. And I'm talking about the men. I'm not trying to insult the women right now. I'm talking about the men. You find ways to cope for your fucking failures. That's what you do. It's extremely feminine. Instead of actually saying, you know what? Maybe this person's that good. Maybe this person actually put in the fucking work. Nope. I never hear that shit. I hear Dom cut a deal with the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Dom works for the Z's. Dom does this. Dom does that. And I get it fucking too. And what I noticed is if you reach any level of success, you're going to have haters who believe that.
Yeah, every time. Because it's the people, they start to question. I mean, when they see you and they see their own life and they end up, you know, disappointed, they think there's no possible way that this person can achieve what I can't. So they have to create a narrative to make it make sense. It can't be hard work. It can't be that they did the impossible themselves. It has to be given. You know, that's the only way that it makes sense to people that aren't willing to go the extra route.
Isn't that like a communist mindset? Because you don't actually want to go out there and earn it. Yeah. You actually want someone to fucking put you on. How many people have contacted you in the past 2 years? Yo, put me on, bro.
It's real common. It happens, you know, pretty much probably what you like weekly. You hear that about weekly. People want some type of opportunity or some type of position for you to elevate them. Give them opportunity without giving anything.
Who helped you?
Nobody.
So this man didn't have any help, but you motherfuckers want to jump on his back. You want to jump on my back. That's not how the game works. Personally, if I do put someone on, they got to be loyal as hell. Because I want people to understand something. Once I'm not saying I'm on top of the mountain. That's Donald Trump. But I'm somewhere on the side of the fucking hill, okay? I'm somewhere there climbing up. I'm above most. Okay? Let's get that clear. I worked to get there. No one helped me to get there. Absolutely no one. But eventually you got to put people on. Eventually you got to trust people. Eventually you got to actually work with others. But I don't always need the most talented guy. I don't always need the best looking guy. I don't need the funniest guy. I need the most loyal guy. I don't need you to think. I'll do your thinking for you. I already have a game plan. Dom, do you remember talking last year?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you remember how I told you this is going to happen and it's going to lead to this and it's going to lead to this and it's going to lead to this?
Yeah, definitely. It probably was the most important meeting I had last year.
And it went off exactly the way I said.
Yeah.
I said, when you move down here, there's going to be a studio.
Yeah, everything down to the living location, the schedule, everything.
You literally have to plan everything in life. From the people around you to the places you live. But you know what? I'm even crazier than that. I got to look at the room number. I got to look at the address. I got to figure out when the house was built or the apartment. I got to figure out all that stuff. Do you know how difficult it is house shopping for my family?
I can only imagine.
Because, okay, now when I'm house shopping for the whole family, I can't just see what's good and bad for me. I got to do it for everyone. So one number works for me, but doesn't work for my wife. Another number works for both of us. It doesn't work for our kids. From the cars we drive to the places we live, everything is selected to make sure no one's in their enemy energy and it doesn't affect anyone negatively. Like, I might do best in Texas. I might do best in a different city than I live in right now. But my family as a whole works best here. And that's what people have to understand. Everything is based off numerology and astrology. And the reason why is very simple. This is a fucking virtual reality. This is a goddamn virtual reality.
So what brought you to that conclusion? That is virtual reality.
Why else would numerology and astrology work?
I know it's numbers. It's the study of numbers. And
correct, but that means things are predetermined to a point. So if it's predetermined to a point, that means it's a simulation. Yes. If it's predetermined, it's a simulation.
But it wouldn't make reality not real, though, would it? I mean, you could say reality could have some sequences that are going to happen whether we like it or not. But
correct. You can definitely say that. But when you look at the way bloodline works, when you look at the way people give birth, when you notice a pattern of people dying and being born around the same type of energy, when you see patterns all the time and they're consistent patterns. I'll give you an example. Say you have like a hair and you pull, and it's like a big hair stands out. You pull that bitch out, it's going to grow back the same exact way. It's predetermined. Meaning this is a simulation. I should not be able to take your birthday and read you like a book. I should not be able to do that, but I can.
So it's kind of almost like developer notes for a video game, you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I think it's a extremely advanced one, but it's not just the technology me and you and all these people know, like using YouTube or using a cell phone. It's more of the technology the Babylonians used to use, the Egyptians used to use, because they didn't actually use this computer technology stuff. A lot of people say this is alien. Yeah. A lot of people say that when AI is complete, it's going to be the actual devil. A lot of people say that. Yeah, but the technology the Babylonians used was more about metaphysics, like, for instance, using magnets to basically float above ground. If you use magnets at a certain angle, that's how they moved all those things in the pyramids. It was magnets. No, humans can't lift that shit. What do you think? There was a giant cyclops that was going around fucking lifting those stones? Yeah, you got to have two opposing forces. That's all it was. It's magnets, and they had technology that's different from ours because their technology didn't cause radiation. Their technology didn't affect the human body in a negative way. I know this cell phone's fucking me up. I know this magnet in this microphone is fucking me up. This right here, this is horrible. You're keeping two magnets between your fucking ears. You think that's good? Those magnets are fucking your brain. I never wear headphones if I'm not here. I'm thinking about doing with this. I look like a fucking fool though. So when it comes down to it, everything around us is designed to fuck up our chakras, make sure to calcify our pineal gland. That's why they put the fluoride everywhere. And if we actually were able to decalcify the pineal gland or use the chakras without all this negative 5G going around, we would be what people consider supermen.
Yeah, but then life itself, I mean, I understand why the simulation, or at least I can say the simulation that humans created, because let's say if God did create this world and this world is deemed as a simulation, humans have found a way to make a world stage in the settings that we already have, that being, you know, pacifying
they created a virtual reality within a virtual reality. That's the internet. The internet is literally a virtual reality within a virtual reality.
Well, yeah, it is, but I would say it's a virtual reality inside of a virtual reality that's in one, because
correct.
The world itself.
You can go many times, no doubt about it.
They've created everything that we see in here. I mean, even streaming or any of this, you know, through the Babylonian age, even the way that they enjoyed time or they healed each other, like you said, there was some healing that was done inside of cathedrals back in the past before they were churches.
Well, you know, when you look at the feng shui of churches, temples, mosques, they're designed in a certain way where the feng shui goes down at people, and that's why sometimes when people pray, they feel better because the feng shui is like forcing the energy on them.
And they all have sacred geometry.
Correct.
Every last one of them.
And these people are a lot smarter than my haters. I'll tell you that much. You know. Anyways, if you want a live reading, it's 98 or above. Now I'm gonna make this clear. I do not have my bot on today. So don't donate 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. You can count all the way because I'm not going to do it. Okay? I'm not going to erupt this stream unless it's 98. And the reason it's 98 is because 8 plus 9 is 17. 1 and 7 is 8. 8's the number of money. Everything I do is about fucking numerology. Like, my son. My son is 2/21/2013. I'm a snake, had a snake child. I built him, and what I mean by built him, he had a C-section. He didn't come out naturally. I had a C-section done, and I want to make this clear. My wife went along with it. It's not like I forced anybody. Yeah. But then again, I wouldn't have got married to someone if they didn't do it, because I need sons born on a certain day. I plan on making my son one of the biggest streamers in the freaking world. Gonna do it. He's an 11 Lifepath. He's born on the 21st. He got that fucking mouthpiece. He's gonna way supersede me when it's his time. At least that's the goal. And one of the best things is that's the difference between a man and a woman. A dad wants his son to do better than him.
Yeah.
A woman will get jealous if their daughter looks better than they do.
Yeah, you see it time and time again.
It's just not the same. It just isn't the same. But the reason I brought up my son is I picked those numbers. I picked those numbers in 2013. I planned that birth for years. I know 9 months, but honestly, years. Who's the top streamer in the world right now?
It's not Snape.
Nah, it's not Kai.
Well, I mean, honestly, it's Speed. In my opinion.
It's Speed. It's
but
Speed.
People say Kai, but
we want to tell everyone what Speed's birthday is? Can people look it up real quick? Let's look it up real quick, man. I want to make this very clear how good I am at numerology, because this is going to prove everything I'm saying. January 21, 2005. That's an 11 Lifepath. And he's also born on the 21st. What did I have? I had an 11 Lifepath born on the 21st. Now, for people who think, oh, I'm just lucky, that's just a wild guess, all this other shit, let's do the math behind that. 30 days, 1 in 30 is 3%. Then 1 in 9 is another 11%. Can you guys do math? There's no chance in hell I could have guessed that. I knew back then that if I wanted my kid to be a streamer, not just a streamer, but be an influencer, that's what he's born for. He's here to fucking take the mantle after me. I'm retiring soon, bro.
Yeah, you said.
You know what I'm saying? My back's getting, man, you know, that shit hurting, bro. Yeah. You know. But it just shows you that I knew exactly what the hell I was doing. And every single day, it's like more validation.
So having a snake, what made you want to go for having them to be a snake?
Well, if I was a dog, I have a dog child. If I was a dragon, I have a dragon child. I want a child in my own energy. I'll give you an example. I have 2 kids. Mm-hmm. One of my kids is a snake. The other one is a dog. Donald Trump's first child is a snake. His last kid's a dog. I know exactly what the fuck I'm doing, man.
That's crazy.
I see how they operate, bro. I study these people. When everyone thought this is nonsense, and some of you idiots still do, you know, I was like, okay.
You saw the code in the
I
Matrix.
saw the code, bro. I fucking saw it over and over, and I fucking implemented the code. What is the point of knowing all this shit unless you can actually fucking go out there and get shit done with it? That's why I sports gamble. Think I give a fuck about basketball? Seeing motherfuckers run up and down the court? I don't give a fuck. Baseball? Soccer? Motherfucker, I'd rather watch paint dry than watch fucking soccer. Shit's fucking garbage. You know? Football is interesting. I'm not going to lie, man. Football is interesting to me, man, because I used to play football, man. And back when we played, we actually hit each other. We actually hit each other. Like the day after the game, you're fucking sore as fuck because you took some hits. Nowadays, these people playing touch football, flag football, you're women.
Yeah, man.
You're fucking women.
And your stuff as a whole, like, I notice a lot with spiritual leaders, especially like females that's in the astrology type sense. They give like a lot of weird suggestions. Your stuff be point on. Like they be very vague intentionally to try to, you know, be able to say, well, I didn't necessarily say that. Mm-hmm. But you present information in a way to where if it's wrong, it will make you look completely crazy. Yeah. So you present direct information, which is something that's
like the site where I basically in 2016 when the Cavs were in the NBA Finals, I could have fucked that up, bro. It was the Cavs are down 3-1. No team has ever come back from a 3-1 deficit in the NBA Finals. I went on there and said the Cavs would win. Do you understand what would have happened if they didn't? That's it. I'm cooked. Because every one of my haters can bring that shit up.
Yeah.
Every single time. I'm done. But I took a risk because I believed not just that I was right, but that was the right timing. Timing is everything, man. Timing is the difference between a guy like Napoleon and some motherfucker you never heard of. Just timing. There's people who were smarter than Napoleon. Yeah. There are people who definitely weren't simps like Napoleon. Shout out Josephine.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of people out there who had it going on, but they just did it at the wrong time. That's why it's so important to understand, like, what the hell is this? That's why it's so important to understand timing. Yeah, if you get timing correctly, everything fucking just flows.
I remember when I went viral, I had to understand the concept of timing because I've always, like, even since I was a kid, I wanted to be in front of the cameras. I wanted to have some type of viral type of lifestyle. And I remember when I received the phone call from, what was it, Senator Warnock? It was his campaign, and they were calling me to vote. In that election, while I lived in Tennessee, they wanted me to vote in the Georgia election. Well, I got the phone call like 3.5 weeks before I posted it because I waited until they got to a runoff election, and I waited on that Twitter because I didn't have no followers. I followed everyone from both campaigns. That way, when I posted, it would have a better chance of being seen. And I did it at the point. Yeah, I did it at the point that it had to be news because it was right there in the runoff election. And that post, it affects, you know, Senator Warnock's campaign by making it like they're doing fraud. So GOP was investigating it, and all that was behind my video. Had I posted it the day I got it, I wouldn't even be here because it wouldn't have really been news. But it was the timing of making sure I followed everyone to make sure when I do post it, it gets seen. Because I knew it just had to get seen. I knew it was a story. I knew it was news, but I had to force it. I followed everyone from Herschel Walker campaign. It took about 2 weeks, because I had the follow limits. I wasn't a big creator. I was a nobody. And
How many followers did you have at the time?
Probably like 340 followers. And I followed Senator Warnock and Herschel Walker, followed all their campaigns. After I followed them, I posted the video. And when I went to sleep, it had 12K views. Woke up, it had 300,000. From that point, it went to a maximum of 680,000 views. And
how many followers did you get off that?
30,000. So from that 30,000, yeah. I remember, man, I got it and I called my dad and I was like, man, I only got 30,000 followers. And I told him, I said, but y'all don't understand. I said, we made it. Like, I'm about to change our life because I just needed a platform. I've been waiting on that my whole life. And that 30,000 became 100,000 within 2 months. And so on and so forth, and then had 1 million within less than a year because it wasn't that I got lucky. I was someone that was waiting my whole life on the timing. I was waiting on that time. There's some people that's just waiting on their time. And even now, I got aspirations way beyond where I'm at. But it's just about timing.
Like if you don't, then what the fuck are you doing in life?
Yeah, agreed. It's timing is everything, man. It's the difference between a legend and an ambitious person that never quits. You don't want to be someone that never quit. You want to see some type of results for your hard work.
All right, let's step back a bit. What was the biggest mistake you made on social media?
Letting my emotions get to me, no doubt. Letting my emotions get to me. Even like reading comments and stuff. Believe it or not, I haven't read like comments from a lot of people in like 2 years.
Really?
I completely let comments go.
You don't even read any comments?
Yeah, if you see me respond, I respond so people don't think I think I'm some like I'm arrogant or nothing. I comment just so people know that, hey, I'm still human. I'm not here to act like I'm better than you. But for my mental health, I let comments go. Yeah, I let them go entirely because it will get to me. And I notice it's not about me making a reaction. I didn't have to tweet about it or Instagram. But I just noticed when you have that stuff get into your head, it can even affect your content creation. Let's say if I was going to make a video about Will Smith or something, and then I see a comment that just pisses me off so much, that whole video that's about Will Smith might end up being about Obama out of nowhere, just because of the thought process that it put me through. It put me in a whole different mindset, which led to something else. Now, as a content creator, I'm putting out content that isn't 100% me. It's like 20% me and 80% fueled by what I saw that day.
Is that a mix you enjoy? 2080?
Well,
I mean, because there's guys like Sean Kelly out there. He runs one of the biggest podcasts out there, but he's not the star of his own show. Yeah. The guest is the star. So that's kind of like the 2080 type of thing. But you're still running shit. Yeah,
definitely. But I feel like I wanted to be more, when I look at my level of fame, I wanted to make sure it was 100% me. Anytime that something goes viral, I wanted it to know in my heart that it was something that I wanted. It wasn't something that was influenced. It wasn't a response to try to prove someone wrong or try to make this post to make someone feel some type of way or make someone regret. It's a lot of things, emotions that go into content creation. It could be some days where I not post for 3-4 days because I let something get to me. And then it could be some days where I'm going extremely hard and I dominate for a week just because I wanted to prove someone wrong. Like, I never want to be in that point where I'm driven by someone else. Like, I want to go hard because I want to go hard. I don't.
Well, you are defined by your enemies.
Well, yeah.
You're definitely defined by your enemies in your life because, they're the ones who push you to be better.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
I was about to tell a story. I'm not going to do that, though. When I actually do retire, I'm going to fucking just have one podcast, and I'm just going to start fucking talking mad fucking. I'm just going to Actually, Bills, can we take phone calls today? All right, this is what we're going to do, man. If you want a live reading, 98 or above, okay? You guys know how to do it. But I want to talk to some of my people over here in the chat line. I want to talk specifically to haters. I want to talk specifically to haters. What the hell? Never mind. We'll get that. When it comes down to it, I got so many haters on Twitter.
Yeah, you do.
My God, the shit that's going on the past 3 days.
I don't get it.
I mean, listen. I try to be very fair and balanced and still very principled at the same time.
You notice on Twitter that anyone that has haters, is for some reason it's specifically on Twitter most of the time.
Yes.
You check you on any other app, you're loved. Man, I don't know. I feel like 60% of that is botted. I don't know why. I don't know who's running the forums specifically, but I think it's to get in the head of creators. Like, it be certain things that said to me that it's like fucking 3 years old. I'm like, man, that's arcs ago. Like, there's no way someone would keep saying this same thing over and over. It's not even human. And it's like they'll have these specific accounts that's linked
bot
to you.
who's fucking doing that shit.
Yeah, because it's like, who's that dedicated to make a tweet or response to you that flops for 3 years straight? Like, no one is that dedicated. And it's like, man, I don't know how much of it is really real, because it's just Twitter specifically. You know, Twitter was owned by the CIA. It came out prior to Elon Musk buying it. I just don't think much changed.
It's still
I think it's just a huge, out of all social medias, I think Twitter is the biggest site. I truly do.
You have a new figurehead in front of the fucking app, bro. That's it, man. You think Elon Musk is running day-to-day operations of that shit?
He doesn't have the time.
You don't give a fuck, bro. It is what it is, man. Quite frankly, it's all out. Every single one of it, but it's not as bad as it used to be. I don't want to be all negative on this shit. There's a lot of people who want to talk shit about Trump. Trump is working for someone. Trump is a controlled asset. And then he fucking puts tariffs on the whole fucking world. So I want the people out there who say, my fucking president, the man I've been supporting since 2015, the only person I've ever supported to become president, Donald Trump. I want someone to explain to me how he's a controlled op for whoever. Some people say Russia, Israel. They have all sorts of bullshit, all sorts of conspiracy theories they want to put out there. How is he a op when he put tariffs first on Canada and Mexico? That was published. Everyone expected those. And then out of nowhere, this motherfucker tariffed the whole fucking world. Yep. Literally the whole world. China is now paying 104% tariff. 104%. Even the country where people say, oh, he gives them way too many favors. And maybe he does. But they got a 17% tariff too. And then the prime minister of that country came over here and said, yo, Donald, help me out. A lot of people say he's subservient to this prime minister. And then he said, nah, I'm not going to cut anything off. He sent him home with his tail between his legs. And this is the guy who they say is the puppet master. How come the puppet master came down here and didn't get his way?
I think people argument to say he's still the puppet master because some people might say, well, this is one of the first instances they've seen a lot of pushback against that prime minister. In addition to how Trump is kind of like, I don't give a fuck with anyone else, but he shows a lot more grace with certain people, and that's what creates the narrative for that.
I think I think to get in a position of power, you have to deal with certain groups of people. Not just normal, no matter what society you're in. And when it comes down to it, Trump probably owes some favors, but they're small favors. Like, maybe look past some settlements over here, stuff like that. But he's not beholden to anybody. He just said he wants to sign a peace deal with Iran, didn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't he say that? He wants a peace deal with Iran? I don't think that would have made the certain prime minister very happy. So I'm going to make this. You guys know who the fuck I'm talking about. All right. At the end of the day, my fucking president has less strings attached than any president since the one they put in the ground, John F. Kennedy.
I agree.
And my fucking president is actually cleaning shit up right now. 100% he's cleaning shit up. But all you guys always want to talk about is Jerusalem and all this other stuff. Like people are shocked that Donald Trump moved the embassy to Jerusalem. I'm not. You can't spell Jerusalem without USA, can you? It's right in the fucking word itself. Can I get a sound effect for that? There you go. Had to be the Undertaker, huh? Come on, Fresh.
I say a lot of people, they starting to fear, I know the Republican Party as a whole, bro, it's the fact that it's shifting. It's shifting to be too globalist. I feel like we've all been psyoped into believing that a globalist option is the right one. You might have Democrats that are globalists for Ukraine and any of the other nations that they're pushing, but conservatives on the same hand have become globalists for Israel, or just that specifically. And that's really not the answer, because you would think the conservative Republican Party, it was essentially about being a nationalist, taking care of your country first. And the problem is that we spend too much time now on other countries when we could just care about America. It shouldn't really matter to Americans what happens to anyone in Gaza, no matter how heartless it sounds. Or the same could be said about Israel, because this is an American nation. And people will say America first, which confuses me. You have an American first audience that'll scream America first, and all you see is pictures of Gaza. That shit ain't got shit to do with me, nigga. I don't, and I'm sorry, but I don't give a fuck. That used to be an American mindset that I could be proud to say, I don't give a fuck about your problems. I'm American and I'm selfish as fuck. Like, what has happened to that? What has happened to us being allowed to be selfish for our own nation? Because they feel the same way about their nations. When our towers fell, I didn't see anyone giving us any
celebrating,
water.
Bro.
No one didn't give us shit. They said, fuck them, we good. And so now somehow both parties have been psyoped into believing that it's our job to care about other nations. I'm a true nationalist. I don't care what happens to any nation but ours.
I would say I probably care about what happens to American allies, because they keep us in a position of power. So I would say I care about American allies. My family's from Russia. Care a little bit about Russia, stuff like that. But no, I'm going to be very frank. I don't care about Israel. I don't care about Gaza. You're not going to shame me by saying, oh, no, he doesn't care about Gaza, so he's an Israeli op. I don't give a damn about Israel either. I just don't give a fuck. I care about America. You know why? Because I have American freaking privilege.
Yeah.
That's the only freaking privilege that matters. I know you guys like talking about white privilege and all this other stuff. Let me go down the privilege list. The first list on the privilege is actually having a family. Having a mom and a dad.
You're right, damn.
That's the first privilege. And unfortunately, the darker skinned people in America don't seem to have that privilege too much.
Someone lucky.
That's just not working out for you guys. I'm just sorry, man. It just isn't. The second thing is having American privilege, because here in America, I can say Biden's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Biden's a criminal. And I think Biden is running a money laundering operation. I can say that, and no handcuffs are coming on me. You people can't do that in the rest of the world. No. You just can't. Even our next door neighbors in Canada. You know why Trump is pressing them so hard? Because they're owned by the fucking Chinese. The new Prime Minister, Carney, by the way, a snake who came to power in the snake year, who replaced a pig, his enemy sign. Let's not forget about that. But Carney's a piece of fucking shit. I don't give a fuck if he's a snake or not. That ain't my people. That's a piece of fucking garbage. And before he became prime minister, he took a $250 million loan from a Chinese bank.
Damn.
Your prime minister took $250 million from the Chinese. Maybe that's why he's pushing back so hard against the Americans, because he's a paid fucking agent. So if there's any evidence of this happening whatsoever, I'm going to consider Canada in danger. If the Chinese, which we know are fucking with their economy because they bought up so many houses that the housing prices there are absolutely ridiculous. Now, first of all, the Canadian dollar is toilet paper. Yeah. Okay, we already know that. But the Canadian dollar, $1 million Canadian dollars should buy you something. Motherfucker, you get a shack. You get a fucking shack. If you're fucking lucky, it's not fucking borne down and shit like that. That's what you get in Canada for $1 million, because the Chinese have fucked your country up so fucking bad that there's nothing you can do. And now they got the prime minister's office. Now they can do whatever they want. So that's a clear and present danger, not just to my fellow brothers and sisters who are Canadians, but to the United States of America. We can't have a Trojan horse Chinese agent at the highest position of power within a country that we share the biggest border in the world with. So if there's any evidence of this, Dom, is it safe to say that we have to take action?
I would say against the Chinese propaganda, the CCP.
Oh, I'm talking a little bit more about just propaganda. If we can find evidence, clear and cut evidence, that the Chinese have bribed the highest position in Canada, the Prime Minister's office, to the point where this guy took $250 million from a Chinese connected bank before he became Prime Minister, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to do a little bit more than just talk. We're gonna have to rectify what is going on. And I'm going to make this clear to all my Canadian brothers and sisters. I want to make this abundantly clear. If the Chinese Communist Party has gained such a level of control in your country that you guys are essentially prisoners to the fentanyl, to the fucking inflation, to all the bullshit that's going on in your country right now, America is going to come in there, whether you like it or not.
Sad what happened.
That's not a threat. That's a fucking promise. We share the biggest border in the world with you. The absolute biggest border in the world. And if you think we're going to allow that to fall into Chinese hands, you must be as crazy as you think you're going to find a virgin in a whorehouse. It's not happening. We will come in there with military force. Yeah, I'm saying it. That's exactly what I'm saying. Clean your own fucking house. Get this Prime Minister out of office on April 28th. To the citizens of Canada, you better do the same thing that the people here in America did. They said enough is enough. Clean your own shit up or we will.
They got the nastiest fall off. Canada has the worst fall off I've seen.
Bro, what?
No, they do. They do because like compare Canada from the 1990s, bro, when you had the South Park episodes, etc. I remember seeing the statistics. They were saying that they were projecting for Canada to start having more migrants than America, like willingly, not the ones that were sent there, but people willingly go to Canada. There were more Americans that were considering moving to Canada, including during the Bush years. It's the complete opposite now. The country got greedy. They sold their country to the highest bidder. Not just China, I believe India as well. I believe
you think India?
India is a real problem now.
Wait, hold on. The Moody government has banned TikTok like years ago.
Yeah.
The Moody government has pushed back in a number of ways. Are you trying to tell me that the Moody government in India is compromised to the CCP?
Not to the CCP. No, they are their own threat.
Explain.
India is going to be its own threat. They are doing the same thing China is doing. They're sending their people to our country and they're reporting back to India. Except they have a whole lot easier to come and get these jobs.
I gotcha. So you're basically saying that the Indian nationalists who are going all over the world, Australia, Canada, mainly the white nations, they're basically sleeper agents? Is that what you're telling me?
I believe in 10, 15 years, we are going to look back and regret how much leeway we gave India and how much we were strict on China when we should have gave them the same type of restrictions. This is a whole different country with different cultures.
China is a threat to American supremacy. At this point, India is nowhere near a threat.
Not yet.
Like, let's be realistic. If we're gonna put the same restrictions on India, we're gonna try the Indians and the Chinese to the bargaining table the same way we did with the Russians and the Chinese. So I understand what you're saying, and I get it, but I don't think it's feasible to cut both of them off.
Well, not to cut them off. I would have never said that or said this until probably after 2018. But this isn't the same India from the past, nor is it the same China. India is right now, they have more of our infrastructure than any black American right now. I would say Indians have more access to American infrastructure than black Americans already. And we have more billionaires in America, I believe, than them. It's the systems that they work in. They work in all of our tech and intelligence agencies. They even found out that black market, when our information is sold, it was sold from Indians that sell that on the black market. All of our data.
A lot of Indians are scammers. We already know that. Just like the Nigerians, the two biggest scammers in the world are the Indians and Nigerians. I think the Chinese are right there in third place.
But unlike with Mexico, when we saw mass immigrations with any Latinos, India seems to be moving strategic, and they appear to be moving. One thing I noticed with Latins, they care about their specific family. The problem with India, the problem with China, is they're doing it for the race. It's not just doing it for their families. I'm noticing with Latins, it's about their family, their household. I mean, they do care about all of Latin culture, but their family is the priority. It feels like a lot of people coming from India and China, their bloodline, their country is the priority. And that itself, I feel like, will stem the problems in the future because they are very, very loyal to the nation they come from.
Okay, makes sense. We'll get back to this subject. Let's do a super chat. What do we have here? Oh, it's January. You already got it? I appreciate that, bro. January 28th, 1988. One Lifepath cat living in Melbourne, Australia. I see the number 28 a lot. What does it mean? It usually means good things when it comes to money if you see 28 a lot. Listen, bro. If I'm at a casino, which happens quite often, and I see a 28, I might start betting bigger. Now, I will tell you this. The biggest sports bets I ever had in my life that hit for the biggest amounts of money, they had that 28 in there somewhere. I'm not going to go into more than that, but seeing a 28 is very positive when it comes to money. Probably not so positive when it comes to relationships. 28 ain't about relationships, man. 28 Achilles heel is the family.
Makes sense.
You know, you can't see this is the thing in life. You can't have everything. No one can have everything. I'm a fucking genius. I'm rich. If I was Casanova too, it just wouldn't be fair. It just wouldn't be fair. 20 years ago, I played that role a little bit better. But you know what I'm saying? It just wouldn't fucking be fair. The same thing goes out for everyone out there, man. There's some people who are just fucking gorgeous. They're fucking so good looking. They're dumb as fuck. Like literally fucking two rocks in their head. No one is going to have everything in life. So let's see. It's going back. I told you what it means. I'm in Richard Hart's coin. Went back. Okay, so if you're in Richard Hart stuff, he's a big hex guy. He's a 9 life path. I don't remember exactly. Let me look up his birthday for you. Richard Hart Wikipedia. You look it up. He is. Oh nope, that's not the wrong. There we go. Nope, that's not the Richard Hart. All right, I guess I can't find him. So let me go back to you over here. I would see if he's compatible with your energy before you actually start listening to him. Here's the thing. Damos over here is a dog. Would I recommend that he has a advisor or a mentor that's a dragon? Probably not. There is one exception. Say that dragon's like a 33, then it's different. No, I'm not saying it's different because it's me. Yeah, I'm just saying just the master numbers. Master numbers operate at a different level than the 1 through 9. So if you're a master number, sometimes you can get around that enemy sign relationship because the vibration is so high. Sometimes it hits you harder. Depends what the fuck it is. But when it comes down to it, always avoid roosters. Always avoid your enemy sign in that way. Let's see. What's any relationship advice? You want relationship advice? This guy wants relationship advice. He's born on the 28th. Are you willing to put love and a woman in front of your bag? I know you're laughing now because you're not doing it. So if you want relationship advice, I'll give it to you. Find yourself a woman who's an absolute dime piece because you're not going to be interested in any other way. And you won't stay faithful, quite frankly, any other way. I'm being dead straight with you, man. You know I'm keeping it real. As an Aquarius, I expect Aquariuses to date people outside their race. Michael Jordan made that famous as Aquarius, always dating people outside his race. And the thing about Aquarius is they're rebels. They will always rebel against conformity. So if Aquarius was born into a very religious Christian family,
atheist, most likely.
You know, maybe he'll go to Islam. You know, he'll rebel against conformity. Same thing with a Muslim who's born in Saudi Arabia. Maybe when he leaves, he'll rebel against Islam. Same way if someone's a white girl, they'll rebel. They won't want to be with white guys. If they're a black girl, they'll want someone outside their race. So that's how Aquariuses operate. They're always like a rebel, sometimes without a cause. It is what it is. But in what we have right now in society, we're in the age of Aquarius.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know the richest athlete I know without mentioning his name? Born on the 28th. He's worth about 300 milli. Born on the 20th. Richest man I know. 28 Lifepath. Worth 10 billion. I have a number here of someone who's worth $10 billion. And I'm fortunate enough that if I have some crazy financial decision to make, I can call this guy up and I can get his advice, which is probably worth hundreds of thousands of dollars to ordinary people. He showed me how the banks work for people instead of people working for the banks. He showed me the tricks. And no, it has nothing to do with my name being Bergadan. Stop all the fucking nonsense. Stop all that fucking bullshit clips. There's ways to get things done if you can get endorsed by certain things. I'll just leave it at that. But going back to my friend over here, you're a one life path. Get that bag. And for you to be happy, at least have a child. Have a child born in 2027. That would be the best year for you to have a child. All right. Next, listen, I don't usually do the 49, so this is the last one I'm going to do for that amount. I don't want anyone sending me any donations unless it's 98 because I don't have my bot right now. And I don't want you spending money if I'm not going to give you a service. So I'm telling you guys right now, do not send me anything unless it's a 98, and then I'll do a donation, public reading. Anyways, get the phone line ready because we're about to go to the chat. And see if anyone calls in. Yo, haters, I'm about to give you a number. Go ahead and call in so I can cook the fuck out of you. Anyways, let's do this birthday. 9/6/1995. Male in Connecticut. Sorry to hear that. Travels to California a lot. Sorry to hear that. There's too many different people in California. Just
Ready to connect. Click connect to show now.
Okay.
You are connected as the host.
Okay.
Welcome, host. You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the call-in studio web interface.
Okay. You hear that shit too? Okay, everyone hears that shit? All right, let me just finish this one before we go in. 9/6/1995, go into real estate. You should have a family-owned business. You're extremely critical. You got to lighten up a little bit, bro. You're like a perfectionist. Don't do it to yourself. I think you'll get better with age. I think you have in the past couple of years, but you're in your enemy year. Lay low. In your enemy year, do not try to be fucking Superman because all you're going to find, motherfucker, is kryptonite.
Hell yeah.
You found that out first.
Everything you do, it just don't work out.
And it's not like it's your fault. It's not like the plans are bad. It's not like you're putting the work in. It's just the wrong timing.
That shit just don't work, man.
It is what it is. All right, let's go to the phone lines. What do we got? Yeah, you can put on randoms, whatever.
Okay.
All right, man. Who is this?
Hey, good afternoon, Garrett. Can you hear me?
I can, man. So are you a hater
right,
or what's going on?
Oh, man.
Definitely not a hater, bro. The biggest fan. You're a modern day prophet, and I just respect you to all hell. I mean, but I did have a couple questions.
I appreciate you. Hold on. I appreciate you saying that, but I'm not taking any credit for being a prophet. I am nothing even close to a prophet. If I'm a prophet, you're in trouble. Okay? If I'm a prophet, you're in trouble. What I am is a fucking genius. Who figured things out that no one else even wanted to believe in. That's what I am, because I knew what the truth was when everyone else was saying I'm a fucking moron. They ended up being the fucking moron. The same people were telling me this is bullshit. Now ask me if this is the right girl for him. That's how it works. All right, what's on your mind, Pimp?
No, most definitely, man. But I actually did. So I've been following you about a year now, and I did. So I found out really about GG33 through Zerka, actually, and I still follow Zerka. I'm still a Zerka fan. And I'm a Christian, to be honest with you, and a follower of Christ.
Okay.
But I wanted to ask,
okay. This is perfect. Dom's a Christian over here too,
Yeah.
so we can have a little 2-on-1 real quick. I love that you brought that up, man. So
All right, definitely.
have you seen my recent video when I broke up with
I have.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about when I talk about Ra, El, and Is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Israel, yeah.
Well, let's make it clear. I'm not making any political statements here. I want to make this abundantly clear. There's 3 demon gods, in my opinion, and I've seen evidence of this. And they're in all religions. The first one is. Let me ask you something. Can you spell Christ without is?
No, I can't.
No. Hold on. We'll get. I promise I'll give you time to speak. Can you spell Christianity without is?
I cannot.
No. What about Judaism without is?
No, I can't.
No.
I
What
can't.
about Islam without is?
That's a very good point.
Buddhism, Hinduism. Those are all the major 5 ones, right?
Yep.
You can't do it without is in any of them. So now let me go to this one. Can you spell Ramadan without Ra?
Without Ra, no, I can't.
Can you spell the Quran without Ra? Can you spell sutra? You know, you have sutras in the Quran. Can you spell that without Ra?
No, sir.
No. Can you spell the word pray without Ra?
Most definitely not.
No. And then you go back to Christianity. What do we have? El as in Elohim. So
But Gary,
we'll
let me
get
ask-
there. Well, I'll give you your time, brother. Trust me. Bible, El. Angel, El. The only interesting one of the archangels is Raphael, because you don't know if he serves Ra or El, because he has both of them in him. You know, you understand what I'm trying to tell you? So in Christianity, it talks about the Holy Trinity, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
So we have a Holy Trinity of demons. Ra, Is, and El.
Right, but Jesus never talked about that. That's more of like a modern day belief in the church.
That's a modern day belief in the church, that he's a God?
well,
About the Trinity. The Trinity.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
Trinity.
I'm pointing out how we're in the 3rd dimensional realm right now called Earth, and the Trinity does work here. I can assure you it works here. I can give evidence that it works here. But I'm going to let you cook. Say what you had to say, and then Dom's going to step in. Go ahead, sir.
All right. Yes, sir. So thank you. And I appreciate the phone call, man. No cap. I am a huge fan. I got fucking Twitter alerts on my phone right now.
Much appreciated. Go ahead, sir.
Going back to Zerka, recently he did call you a Freemason and said all these gurus and all these services you see online are basically a psyop. What do you have to say about that?
Is his dating IQ a psyop?
Is it a psyop? I don't know. I haven't seen that one.
I mean, listen, if he said all courses and everything are a psyop, is his dating IQ a psyop? I mean, maybe you should ask him. How can something that benefits you in life be a psyop? You've been following my information for how long? A year?
Probably every
year. Every year. So, has it benefited you in your life? Have you seen evidence that it works?
I think it has. I have some more news for you.
Okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
If you've seen evidence it works, how can it be a psyop?
Most definitely.
There you go. So that answers that question. As for Freemasons, Zerka knows this well. I told him this story many times. 2003, the Masons asked me to join. And I'm going to make it very clear, Masons don't ask people to join.
Yeah,
but they asked me to join because I was somewhat of a local celebrity. At least I was on my way to be a local celebrity. And they saw the potential and they wanted me to join the Freemasons. And I looked at them and I was like, why would I want to follow somebody when I'm a fucking 33? I lead, motherfucker. So if I was a Mason, you think they would allow this shit? Are you out your mind? They would have been shutting me down. So no, I'm not a Freemason because quite frankly, no, I don't follow anyone's lead. I don't even pray. Why am I going to follow another man if I won't even follow these? You know what I'm saying? I don't follow anyone. I respect people. But I don't follow anyone. Like when people accuse me of taking someone else's work, I don't respect anyone enough to take their work. All the people in this numerology game are broke.
Yeah.
They're all broke until GG33 came along. I'm going to be very clear. How can you be a bodybuilder and be fat?
No chance.
You understand what I'm trying? I'm not in great shape. I'm not a bodybuilder. But how can you be out here preaching, doing this and this, and you don't live that lifestyle? I never preached this shit. I never preached this shit. You can't accuse me of that. But if you are fucking broke, how is it possible you're a fucking numerologist? I don't understand, because you shouldn't be broke by default.
It's numbers.
You know, here's the thing about Zerka. I'm not going to call him the P word. I know he listen, Zerkan could call me a Freemason. Zerkan could call me all this other nonsense. Zerka's got a warped mind, so I don't, and he's on drugs sometimes, so I don't know what the hell he's thinking. Maybe in the back of the mind, he's thinking, yo, I'm going to give Gary some clout. I'm going to call him Freemason to get it. I don't know what goes on in this guy's mind sometimes, okay? I really don't know, because you have to understand, he's like bipolar, and, you know, you don't know what day he's on drugs and what day he isn't. So, again, he's the funniest guy in the world, you know, but it's not like he can teach other people how to be funny like him, because if he wasn't an attractive dude, no, that's why I try to fucking tell people, just because one man can do it doesn't mean you can do it. You think Myron can teach someone how to talk like him? Shit's a joke. He can't do it.
Right.
So you either have charisma or you don't.
Yeah.
It's not one of those things you can teach. You can't teach. The only thing you can teach people about comedy is how to be sarcastic. And that's something I taught myself. Like, I do the one-liner sometimes. That's for sarcasm. I've taught myself how to do that. But you can't teach someone charisma. You can't teach people this type of stuff. You either have it or you don't. And quite frankly, Zerka has that factor. But Zerka doesn't work too much anymore. He thinks making $20,000 a month is retirement money. All right, good luck to him, man.
So I guess, and thank you for that response. What exactly happened between you two? Because you used to manage him, obviously.
Yeah, I managed him.
So is he coming back, or what exactly is the status?
I'm not his manager anymore. How the hell would I know what he's doing? That's my boy now. And I'm going to be very clear. Zerka would not have reached the heights that he reached in 2023 without my help.
Yeah, that's a fact.
There's no chance in hell he would have done it. And for the simple reason that I kept him in the country.
Right.
His visa was expiring. He was supposed to be out. I found him an extension. So all the stuff he did from July to December 2023 would not have been possible without me.
Yeah, that's when he had clips.
And that's when he had his, but, you know, he wants to do this shit. So, again, I'm not sure if Zerka thinks this is helping me get clout by talking shit about me. I don't know what goes through his warped-ass mind, man. I stopped trying to figure it out. I will tell you this. If I had this man over here, born on the 23rd, back in 2023, instead of Zerka, I'd probably be twice as big as I am right now. Zerka's he's it's not easy dealing with him, bro. It's not easy dealing with him. You don't have to just ask me. Ask Yasim. Yasim was his manager too. You don't have to ask me. Ask a lot of people. It is what it is.
Yeah.
What can I tell you? So, anything else besides Zerka, my man? Because I'm not gonna sit here and talk about that mud all day.
If you have any thoughts, because I do believe one thing, and I trust your numerology. It's obviously hyper advanced and battle tested. But here's one thing that the numerology will not save you in the end.
No, why is that? Tell me.
How is numerology going to get you to heaven? That's my question.
Well, how is fearing Jesus or fearing the going to hell going to get you to heaven?
Because Jesus is the ultimate judge. He's the gatekeeper to heaven.
Jesus is the ultimate judge. You hear this shit?
Jesus studied the stars and numbers as well, though. And, yeah.
We'll get to the super chats in a second, and we're going to finish up.
Jesus
with this
wasn't against those studies. It's not like it's witchcraft.
Even the Quran says there's wise men out there, you know. So it is what it is. Let me be abundantly clear about this. When you fear, you're not getting through the gates. See, okay. Christianity, Islam, they both teach you if you don't do this, you will be punished. Yeah. So people are actually being righteous not because it's the right thing to do, but because they fear. When you have fear, your chakras change. Your vibration changes. You're not doing it for the right reasons. See, I don't need your Quran or a Talmud or your fucking Bible or any of that fucking crap. I don't need any of it. The Torah, so you guys don't keep calling me Jewish. I don't need any of that stuff. All of it's fucking trash to me. You cannot spell religion without the word lie.
But that's the thing, sir. One more thing. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. My spirit.
If you're spiritual, why are you talking about Jesus Christ, bro? That's religion.
He's the ultimate,
that's the religion.
He's the ultimate spirit.
That is religion.
No, sir.
That is not spirituality. That is religion, sir.
Jesus did not start a religion. He brought God to man.
He brought God to man. And where's the evidence that actually Jesus existed? No. Do you have any evidence that would be admissible in the court of law that would prove? I'm not talking about, I'm going to prove the Bible with the Bible. I don't want to run in circles with you. I know how you guys religious are. Give me one shred of evidence that could be presented in a court of law that Jesus existed.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I could bring up the Shroud of Turin, no problem. But let me also remind you that the court also tried Jesus and crucified him. So the courts are corrupt no matter what.
They tried Jesus and crucified him?
Well, they have,
you call those courts, bro? You call those courts? Come on, bro. Listen. I don't want to go back and forth in circles, okay? I want to make this abundantly clear, then we'll go to Dom. We'll close this up. When you fucking fear, you will never get into so-called heaven. Ever. You cannot fear something and get advanced to the next level. That's why all you Muslims and all you Christians and all you Jews who do the right thing because you fear, you fail.
But the Jews worship the devil. The Jews worship the devil.
No. He's gone. Take him down. Nope. Not doing that. We're not fucking doing that, man. We're absolutely not doing that. People need to choose a side. People seriously need to choose a side. If you want to criticize Israel, feel free. Call up and tell me you don't like this about Israel. You don't like this. If you want to criticize Netanyahu, feel free.
Yeah,
I can criticize that son of a bitch myself. He's horrible at a price. He's a war hawk. I don't care if he's elected or unelected. This guy wants war. I believe that about Benjamin Netanyahu. He wants war. Does that mean people who live in the state of Israel want war? No. Did you know right before October 7th, they were actually protesting to his removal from office? If the war didn't happen, he's not prime minister right now. As a matter of fact, he might be in handcuffs right now if it wasn't for that war.
In fact, even more than that attack that happened on October 7th, that side trance where those people had music and stuff outside the border, that was to embrace Palestine. It was a free Palestine protest that they were saying the Palestinians, Hamas came and attacked.
Look at that.
Yeah,
look at that.
Protesting Israelis and Germans.
So if you want to criticize Zionism, go ahead. You want to criticize Netanyahu, go ahead. You want to criticize the state of Israel, go ahead. Don't tell me all Jews are evil, you dumb motherfucker.
But
this is nonsense. I don't understand how people can think like, what are you, Black Lives Matter, who blames every single white person for something? Dom, let me ask you a question, man. Mm-hmm. Say your ancestors took over a country.
Yep.
You're born and raised in that country. How the fuck are you an oppressor? You were born there.
It's not your
you have nothing to do with what your ancestors did. How are you an oppressor? You people really need to start fucking thinking. You need to fucking find people who are honest about fucking everything. Yes, the Israeli lobby is very strong in this country. I don't think you can deny that one all. But to say our government is run by Israel, you got to be out your fucking mind. Everyone knows Netanyahu wanted to bomb Iran. He's been wanting to bomb Iran since the Bush administration. If they have total control, how come President Bush said no? President Obama said no. President Trump said no. President Biden said no. Why? Because they don't have total control. They have some control. It's not total control. Stop lying to people. Stop lying to people. They are not in total control. They never were. Do they have more control than everyone else? I think that's fair to say they do. I think that's fair. But does that make them evil? No. They're doing what a small country should do. A small country can't win militarily. It just can't. Can Taiwan defeat China? Are you kidding me? No. So Taiwan needs to have a strong foreign policy so they can actually make deals with a bigger power that will support them. That's exactly what Taiwan did. Taiwan starts manufacturing chips at such an advanced level that now they're it's a necessity in the United States. And now they have someone to protect them because they have some value.
It's true. Yeah.
Do you understand how politics works? This is the real deal. Israel doesn't have resources. They don't have resources.
Intelligence.
They do have great technology, though, and they do have intelligence. The intelligence unit, the Mossad, it helps them a lot in the Middle East because this is the way I feel. I feel if Israel wasn't there, those people who want to destroy Israel would be focusing on someone else. That's what I feel.
Their common enemy just only thing to stop them.
So if Israel isn't there, and again, I'm not defending Israel's actions. I'm not defending what they're doing in Gaza. I think it's horrible. I also think October 7th is horrible.
Yeah.
I think there's atrocities on both sides. And the Israelis are like, okay, you want to throw a stone at me? I'm going to throw a fucking boulder at you. That's their mindset.
It happens
You just like with an American. You kill one American, they're going to try to kill 10 of yours. This is just how it works. I didn't fucking invent this game.
It's true. It
This
happens on every level,
is
man.
just how it works in the world.
Yeah.
So Israel, if it wasn't there, America didn't actually give it that $7 billion or whatever it is a year, would it be overrun? Yes. It would definitely get overrun. If America cut it off right now, it would probably get overrun within 5 to 10 years. They'd probably do something until then, but it'll get overrun. Are they going to be focusing on the United States afterwards? Are they going to be focused on Europe? I don't know. But I do know that's what the Americans believe. That's what the Americans believe. And nothing has happened in the past 50, 70 years that have changed their minds. So I don't believe the Zionists are running America. They have a lot of influence here. There's no doubt about it. But this is still America. I can criticize Zionism. I can criticize Israel. I can criticize Benjamin Netanyahu.
Recently.
Were they putting you in jail before?
No, but shit.
No.
No, they let you be free.
They let you be free. Did
No
they put you in
prison.
jail?
No killing, no
No
prison.
killing, no
Yeah.
prison. They did shut you down.
Yeah, they reacted.
They
but they gave you the freedom to speak.
they shut you down. But now since President Trump is president of the United States, things are a little bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
You can talk on Twitter a little bit more if you're anyone but me. Elon will shut me down no matter what, man. I'm the one guy. I love how these white supremacists attack me on Twitter and they're like, Gary, you can do anything you want and you won't get suspended. Bro, I've been suspended 24 times, bro.
That's just crazy.
24 times. As a matter of fact, you get 6 months of time out, Lucas Cage. I get 24 suspensions. We ain't the same, pimp. I see that Stu Peters, he still has his original Twitter account. My original Twitter account was like a decade ago. We ain't the same. And we never fucking will be. Because you guys are fucking haters. And you guys, your main mission in life is to cope for your inadequacies. Something went down in your life. And in Stu's life, we know what it is. He's an alcoholic. Stu goes around to his house drunk and beats on his wife. And then he's like, oh, I don't want to go into why we got divorced. I probably could figure out a few things. This is the type of people are listening to. I want people to understand. Be very, very open-minded when it comes. There is no pure bad guy. Everyone can justify what they're doing, at least in their own minds. If it wasn't for October 7th, would Gaza be in ruins right now? No, it wouldn't. Now, you can argue the gates were open for him. You can argue this was all planned. And I'll take those arguments. But it's always cause and effect.
Yeah.
Every single time, it's cause and effect. Next question would be, well, they're living in an open-air prison. I get it. The Irish were, slaves too at one time. There's a lot of injustices in the world. But is it better to make it worse? I mean, have you seen Gaza? There's not a building that's standing anymore. The shit's horrible. Yeah, the shit's absolutely horrible. Can you imagine kids growing up in that shit? Today's kids are tomorrow's Hamas.
Of course, yeah.
What do you think? They're going to forget what you guys are doing? They're going to forget all this shit that happened? You're literally creating terrorists. So obviously, this is not the answer. This is literally not the answer. I'll get more into that. Let's go into the news, brother, and then we'll do a super chat. Brother, what's going on? What's in the news today?
Do we have a tap? Sent in TG.
Go ahead.
Waiting on it to pop up. Yeah, I sent the link. Okay, we got. If not, I can just go on to it. Make sure I sent the first one.
Okay, no problem. Let me get there 1 second. Go ahead.
I got a female born 8/2/1985 at 8:20 a.m.
Okay, we'll stop there for a second. So that's a 33 Lifepath. You're born in 85. 85 is the year of the ox. This is the year of the snake. So you should expect good things. But 85 oxes are different from the 97s. They're different from the any other year. 73, 61. They're different. And the reason they're different is ox women usually ain't that attractive. They're kind of masculine women, a little bony and stuff like that. And the 85s are different because 1985 adds up to 23 and 2 and 3 is 5. So those particular oxes tend to be very attractive. And the reason I'm bringing it up is this woman's born in 85 and she's born in the second. So usually oxes have a little bit more bulkier bodies. She's born in the second. She got that hourglass figure. So that's the thing when you start taking numerology and astrology together. It is what it is. You'll be happy with a family. You definitely need a family in life to be happy. It's not going to work for you any other way. Partner male, 6'1", 1987. Okay, 3 Lifepath. He definitely can make you laugh. But he's not exactly like you. He's kind of selfish. Cats are about their own thing, man. Michael Jordan won 6 championships with Pippen and he never took him out to dinner.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Shit's fucking fucked up. Yo, I'm not even kidding,
crazy.
bro. Could you imagine winning 7 championships, being someone's blood brother on the court, but after, he's like, fuck. And then afterwards, you have your kid date his ex-wife?
Yeah, that shit's right there.
Bro.
That shit don't make sense to me.
First of all, Scottie Pippen's ex-wife is a whore.
Yeah.
Okay, let that be no questions asked. You saw Michael Jordan's kids
But
when they were 10 fucking years old. You saw them when they were 10 years old and you were with your husband. And now that they're like 20, 25, you're actually having sex with them?
Yeah, man.
You're a sick fucking...
It makes me wonder, bro, like, does the son have any respect for Jordan, though? Or if Jordan don't have respect for pimping?
No,
That's
he
where
doesn't.
my head goes. Does he not
doesn't.
respect pimping? Or the son
He
doesn't
does-
respect his pops?
No. I think it's completely different. I think that, as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure this is what happened. After Scotty started shitting on Michael after the last dance, I think he told his son, "Yo, go bag that woman."
God damn.
Just to flex it in his face.
That shit
I know how cats operate, bro. That's a cat move.
That's so cold.
That is such a cat move to get your son, the little kid who was
That
playing
shit cold,
around you,
man.
to be going after the ex-wife, bro. I personally believe that was Michael Jordan's orders.
Damn.
I think he told his kid, like, "Yo, go bag that."
Yeah,
And the
that's
fact
crazy.
that this woman, Larsa or whatever the hell her name is, she lives here in Miami. You're a disgusting woman. You're absolutely disgusting woman. How are you actually with a man that used to sit on your lap to watch
That shit's
games?
crazy,
You're
man.
a sick woman. And quite frankly, you have a ticket going to hell. To do that, this is the problem with women. She would have been nothing without Scottie Pippen. No one would have ever known who the fuck she was, bro.
Yeah.
She was just another fucking woman on the streets.
He
She
made her.
married Scotty. He gave her the best years of his life. And then when Scotty started having some financial trouble, yo, I'm out. When Scotty's not the superstar or not in its limelight anymore, yo, I'm out. But what else do you expect? It's a tiger woman. What else do you expect? She's a tiger. This is how tigers operate. You know what else tigers do? They lie to the police. Ever hear Amber Heard? Amber Heard said Johnny Depp was beating on her. When the tapes came out, she was beating on Johnny Depp. He was locking the door just so she wouldn't hit him. This is typical behavior with tiger women because tiger women are very masculine. And quite frankly, they don't like keeping their legs closed. They really don't. They don't like being in a relationship. They get bored.
Yeah.
And then once they're in a relationship, I don't like how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
They're out. What's that bitch who was in the Transformers? Megan Fox?
Mhm.
Bro, she had 3 kids with Brian Austin.
I didn't know
She had three kids, maybe 2, but she had 3 kids to my
attention.
attention. I think, with that body, you think, how did she have kids? But it's a tiger, so it is what it is. And she was happily married, and then she just didn't feel right. Even though he was a perfect husband, doing everything right, she left. And this is why women have been suppressed for centuries. Oh, yeah, we're about to go into it. This is the exact reason why women have been suppressed for centuries. You'll have a woman who has a perfect husband, who treats her with respect, buys her the finest things in life, gives her everything she ever wanted, and then she's unhappy.
That's all it takes.
She's unhappy. See, a man will stay in a bad relationship for his family. As soon as a woman feels bad,
It's over.
she's out. So this is why women haven't been given rights, because they don't know what's good for them. Especially when it comes to relationships. They really don't know what's good for them. So this is why the man was in control, so these women wouldn't be like this, because a lot of women leave their husbands, and then you see the YouTube videos. I made a mistake. I wish he would take me back. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
It's always after they try to move on after you, though. It's
Yep.
like they don't never notice it. It's like,
Yep.
damn, you've already done the damage.
Yep.
The man probably got an addiction now. He's got all this shit that he'll never be the same regardless if you come back. He's less of a man if he take you back anyway. It's like you just fucked up his reality. And as soon as they realize that they had a better one, they try to come back. It's just the most heartless shit.
And
man.
this is why that urge needed to be suppressed. because women don't know what's best for them. They'll just feel bad one day. They'll feel like, oh, I'm unhappy.
That's all it's.
I'm unhappy and I'm out. And they don't give a fuck about the kids. They don't give a fuck about the man. They're unhappy. And guess what? They're emotional. They're emotional creatures.
Yeah.
That's what they are. So you got to treat them like, someone, that shit's going to pass. It's just going to pass.
I see most relationships, bro, they have problems when men look for themselves in a woman. And it's like, yeah, you can have some similarities, but don't look for a man and a woman. Don't expect her to have the same values or to go through life the way you do, or even to expect to react to things the way you do. You got to understand you're dealing with a whole different gender. It's almost
correct.
It's damn near a whole different species in just the way that they think and have to be led. If a woman has freedom, things get destroyed. I mean, we have...
And we're not talking about freedom to go outside. We're not talking about that. No one's doing no Taliban shit here, okay? We're talking about freedom to basically allow their emotions to get the best of them. That's why you need the man as a leader. The man is not emotional in most cases. There are some beta male bitches out there who are probably raised by single mothers, but I always like to make that correlation when people talk about fucking beta male bitches. Yeah, probably had a single mother, no dad around. But if a woman is left to her emotions unchecked, she'll destroy everything.
You know the scariest thing? You can't find one statistic to show outside of emotional to show benefits of actually giving women more rights. And I'm talking about it's not even just voting. No, this is really, and you can shoot the messenger if you
Repeal
want.
19.
You can shoot the messenger, but we're talking about even in the school system. They say that kids were more inclined to learn back when it was all male. And then they made it for females. They said men would learn a lot better. The education system was better. Arranged marriages, which I typically would be against because I'm Western minded. But shit, I look at the numbers, and it was like when arranged marriages happened, you had a whole lot less violence, domestic disputes.
Correct.
You had a lot less divorces. Divorce almost never happened.
Because the woman can't be left to judge.
Yeah, when the
And
man
the
made
man
the
has to make the
choices,
decision. The father has to make the decision.
in every way, it made the world better. In every way, every single instance that you gave women more rights, it came back and hurt society as a whole. It's crazy.
I'm really happy. I'm a numerologist because I have 2 sons, and that's because of numerology. I knew exactly what to do to make sure I had sons and not daughters because, quite frankly, I didn't want a daughter.
Yeah, I mean,
because if my daughter looked anything like her mother, that's gonna be trouble.
Yeah.
and I know how guys are. So I swear, if I had a daughter after 13 years old, 14, she's gonna have a chastity belt on, and I'm gonna have that fucking key around my fucking neck. Okay, that key is gonna be around my neck, bro. I'm gonna sleep with that bitch. It never comes off my neck, bro. Because that is the most important thing to keep my daughter pure. That would be the most important thing. I'm happy I don't have that stresses. But I mean, I was thinking about this before I had my sons. Say I have a daughter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Chastity belt goes on. And by the way, chastity belt control would save more lives than gun control. Just putting it out there. And I've envisioned how there would be a ceremony when she gets wed and stuff like that. And the biggest ceremony isn't her kissing the husband and stuff like that. The biggest ceremony would be between me, the father, and the new husband as I take off that fucking chastity belt key off my fucking neck and I give it. We're talking about
during the marriage?
Yeah, bro.
You keeping it on foot all the way to the marriage?
Until they get married, bro. Until they get married, bro.
That's extreme.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm taking that fucking key off. I'm taking that key off on wedding day, and now I'm passing I'm passing the responsibility of guarding my virtuous daughter to whoever that man is. Now, I've already told my sons I'm picking their wives. There's no choice in my household. I already told my sons I'm picking their wives, and that's that. So whoever I believe is the most compatible for my kids, that's who they're going to marry. And by the way, whoever they marry, they're going to have C-sections on the day I say they're going to have C-sections. Because if you want to come into the Grinberg family, if you want that legacy of my fucking bloodline, if you want the bag that comes with it, you're going to do what the fuck I tell you to do. And that means I want grandkids on certain fucking days. And I'm going to get what the fuck I want.
Same way that the elites do it.
Yeah.
They make rules and regulations
100%.
in order to get any type of benefits in the family.
Well, so let me go back to this super chat. She was asking me, 8/2/1985, and her partner is 6'1", 1987. I really want to get married and start a family. Can you let me know how compatible these are? You should start a family. You should. And quite frankly, you need to have a kid before 2027, which is your enemy year. And you're definitely getting up there. And, you know, it is what it is. I'm just stating reality. But if you're asking me how compatible you guys are, I'd probably give it a 6. 6 out of 10. I think he's a rich individual, but I also think he's an extremely selfish individual. And if you're not going to play that subservient role, which you can because you're born on the second, but if you're not going to play that role to him, there's no chance it's going to work. He's a young pup. I usually don't think that women should be older in the relationships than the men, unless they're Scorpios. Scorpio women are different, man. They purposefully choose younger men so they can dominate them. And I've seen most of the women in the gym who are working out in the bodybuilders, they're Scorpios too. They like to physically dominate their men mentally, and that's why they usually like them young. You know about that,
so
huh?
Right, man. It's just that's why I'm getting quiet because when I was younger, I was talking to a lot of Scorpios, and now
it clicks.
I'm seeing, it just clicks.
Now it clicks.
Because I was like, damn, I've run into them a lot less now. Nigga, I'm getting old. I'm no longer the target. Yeah, damn, that's crazy.
It is what it is. The red flags you got to look out for with him is he doesn't respect people too much, and if he's not taking that time to talk to you, that means that respect level isn't there. So, that would be the red flag. I would personally think that you guys are about a 6 out of 10. This is not the best relationship in my mind. But, I mean, listen, you got to be realistic. You're getting up there in age. And you got to get this kid out before 2027, your enemy year. So, can you wait till 2027? Can you wait for your soulmate at this time? You got to take it all into account. So it is what it is. All right. Next one. Started residential assisted living in Texas and then Florida. You better be a snake if you're doing all that. I'm moving to California. Me, 12/15/88. Co-owner, 10/26/88. Co-owner, 8/13/89. Females. Oh, all females. Okay. Filed for LLC on the 28th. Well, congratulations. My information is having an effect. I bet you if you start looking at all the LLCs founded, ever since I released that information, you're probably going to see like a 30% spike. And these would be the same people who talk shit about me. Christ is king. All praise to Allah. They're still getting those companies open at the 28th, man. It is what it is, man. All right, what the hell is this again? Damn. This is getting a little bit out of hand. So let's see what she's asking me. Open for business next year, compatible. So next year is a horse year. I don't see any horses here. When I look at you, you said me, you are a 8 life path. When I look at your coworker, she is a 8 life path. 8s make money together. 8/13/89, that's the 3. That should be the comedian in the group. The person who's the salesperson, that's going to be more of the networker. With you two, I think you're built to make money. But do I see anything negative? I don't see why you guys won't do it this year. Like, I don't understand. Like, if I were you, I would probably open it in the 8/26 8-year cycle. I'm not sure. Like, you're in the 8-year cycle too. Like, you should open it before your 8-year cycle ends. I'm not quite sure why you said open for business next year. No, fuck that. Open for business this year. As a matter of fact, open for business before October 26th. Because why are you going to do something in a 9-year cycle? 9 is completion. You don't start new things in a 9-year cycle. Just don't do that. And not if you want to actually succeed.
That would be next year for me, I think, my 9-year then.
What the fuck you think you're down here now?
Man,
Listen, everything's planned. In the 7-year cycle, you learn.
yeah.
I've been teaching this guy in the 7-year cycle. I just got him. He didn't know anything about enemy signs and all this stuff. I started teaching him stuff in his 7-year. And I told him, when your 8-year comes, we're going to start working together.
Definitely.
And it worked out exactly right after your birthday. You're here.
Yep.
And it's going to work out because he does everything based off numerology and astrology. All right, let's see. Next one, best days for money 8th, 17th, 26th, 28th. Those are the best days for money. All right, let's go back into news. What's up? Yeah, we'll go back to her. So Dom was going to be with the news real quick. I need to gamble. Sorry, I keep it real bad.
All right. All right. Here we go. So this is this main story that's been going on X. I see a lot of people reporting it. This Kanye West claimed that Justin Bieber and Harry Styles, saying that he gooned out, had a threesome with Taylor Swift. Kanye West was mad that he was left outside of the party that they had. He said, "I'll show you an example of racism. Justin Bieber and Harry Styles fucked Taylor Swift from both sides and didn't call me. Oh,
Both
I forgot.
sides.
I forgot. I can't hold water." Bruh. On everything, this tweet is 1,000% true. Kanye West, bruh, I don't know. He's a snake, and he's in a snake year. And the shit makes sense to me because this nigga moves like he can't be touched. It's the craziest shit. It's almost as if this nigga has an Iron Man suit on. He's done shit that no one else at this point wouldn't be canceled. He's more extreme this year than he's been extreme in any of the other years. Yet he is still getting away with the shit. It only makes sense that he's in his year.
Yeah.
And I would think that you automatically just get wins, but it looks like he's also defended and being protected. Justin Bieber, I believe he's a dog. Yes. He just came out of a dragon year, like me.
And he was fucked up last year.
Yes, he looks fucked up. So Justin Bieber is just recovering from his dragon year, and it looks like it's a lot harder for him to recover from his because you hear about problems in his marriage that he's having. So I feel like Justin is getting to the point where he's about to just expose everything that he's been through. He's been getting abused ever since he was a young kid, allegedly. And I do believe that marriage not working out, if that's what's really going on, that's what's leading to this real spiral. Because if you're an individual that feel like you've been taken advantage of your whole life, been abused, he get married, he might feel like the first time in a long time that he had someone he could trust, he could be vulnerable with, and that was his wife. And I feel like that was his last straw. As soon as we started hearing things going on with Justin, we start seeing him shave his head like Britney Spears, crashing out. I think I sent you the video too with Justin Bieber looking like he was off a beam. Dude crashing out. So here's the one with the video that's attached to this. Is showing, just what happened to Justin Bieber for people to think for him to get to the point of where he is. What went wrong. He was 18 years old. Even when he was 16 years old, you saw a lot of people that was 30, 40 plus trying to get him to talk about sex, touching him inappropriately, and just made him a sex figure as an underage person, as an underage kid. Complete. This one? So yeah. Dude's only 18 years old right here.
I feel violated right now.
Who apparently wanted to know what a Bieber butt felt like.
Thank you. How old are you? I'm 16. I'll be 17
That's just nuts.
in like 2 weeks.
Ever remember smelling that little at 16? That was mad. Wow, look at your eyes. And what music you listen to?
It's crazy. And all these shows you can see, it's crazy that like all these shows are canceled, bro. The same shows that ran the media in the past, they're all getting replaced with influencers. That's why I say when most people say what's the next threat to America, I truly believe it's influencers. Because people like Ellen, they don't hold the weight they did. If I was an elitist, I can see the trends that people are no longer listening to the news. They're no longer listening to the Ellen DeGeneres or James Corden. They're listening to I Show Speed. They're listening to streamers and they're listening to YouTubers, etc. I feel like the media or those that's behind it are starting to focus on influencing as well, which is why you can start to see all these OnlyFans thoughts on the top streamers in the world streams for the most part, because that same degeneracy has to be pushed. Continue.
Well, good. My
Yeah, this
friends
is
never
nuts.
gave me the sex talk.
Okay.
So why don't you give me the sex talk? I teach
Really,
you.
I feel
You
uncomfortable
teach me.
right now.
Oh.
Why do you want to know the sex talk from a 15-year-old boy? That's pretty weird.
You like French girl? Oh, yeah.
It's 15 on that one. It's crazy.
Things on blast,
You want to say it again? You have beautiful lips.
Oh, thank you, man.
It's
Thank you,
like
bro.
fucking great lips.
Thank you.
Just wear comments.
Yeah, it's zoomed out, man. And then L.A. Reid, you know, he was someone that worked very closely with Justin. L.A. Reid has these sexual assault charges. He worked with Justin Bieber as well, very closely.
He's got a nice crew around him. P. Diddy, all these clowns.
It's like he was passed around almost, you know.
Oh, yeah. No, that never would have happened. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
I think we know what he was doing in that, what was that one song? Desperado? What was it? You know,
it's weird because Hollywood, a lot of people don't look into it. They have created a narrative to where you can have kids come to work legally in a country that is against child labor. You can be as young as an infant and get a job in Hollywood as an actor or actress. And the elites have found a way to take advantage of this because it gives them the rights of children to do whatever they want with them. They can even legally have kids stay at their house if they claim it's for work. So it's a perfect industry for anyone that want to take advantage of children. It's a perfect industry for it because you have full access to a child without any security whatsoever or any type of police that's doing any research on it. Because for some reason in America, if you are an actor or actress, you don't adhere to child labor laws, especially if an adult is present. If the parent is present, you can pretty much get away with your kid
the
working
P's
full
have
hours.
worked the system so they can get that worked out the best way they can. Chat, I see you guys in here. You guys are wild in here. The chat room's freaking wild, man. It is what it is, man. But I need one thing. I need some likes, man. So let's not be lazy. I'm tap dancing here for you, so at least you can hit a button for me. What was the next reading we had to do? Kathy. Okay, Kathy. 5/27/1993. So you're basically a rooster. And what is a good year for roosters? Snakes. Roosters and snakes are one of the best combinations in all of Chinese astrology. And if I had to rate by looks, I would say rooster's the second best looking sign. They like to fluff their feathers and stuff like that. Goat is obviously number one, but rooster is the best looking sign. Now, I have to be honest. I might be biased because I'm a snake, and they're my trine, so I might be a little bit biased. But based off of what I've seen, I consider them. God damn! Look at that.
Is that real?
That's real.
Look at that shit.
Yeah, I'll tell you. That's why he's been going viral, bro. Because he look.
Yo,
that's why he's been going viral, bro. Because he looks bad.
That motherfucker, like there, he looks like he's like
that
the
nigga,
Walking Dead, bro. Like what the fuck, bro?
I'll tell you,
I see that motherfucker coming at me. I might think like grab a weapon. And, like the other guy, I'll be like, okay, just some other. H. This is fucked up. Listen, man, that shit scared me, Kathy. I'm sorry, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. That looked like some kind of fucking monster.
Justin down
like
bad,
he should
man.
be like a fucking villain in Marvel or something like that. Look how he got his tongue out.
Notice that
like a fucking lizard, man. Or maybe he just likes having things in his mouth.
The thing too with Justin, I noticed now that he's gotten older, that they always portrayed him with like a lot of makeup and make him appear feminine. They never let him have like a masculine image.
Oh, he's a pretty boy,
yeah,
bro.
Man, it's just crazy because knowing what I know about it, it's like, man, I know why they did it. It's similar to prison. They wanted to have something that looked like a female around, and man, it's crazy. Man, that's what they really be doing.
They said turn him out.
Yeah, it's just wow, bro. Because you would think that looks like a dyke in 2025. That den picture, it's crazy.
All right, let's go back to Kathy. Right now, you're in a 4-year cycle until your birthday hits, which means since your birthday hit last year, you had to work your ass off. Watch out for legal issues, things like that. You definitely want to wear your seatbelts in the 4-year, no matter what. You're about to be in a 5-year cycle. 5 is about transition. That means after your birthday, it's going to hit and change. I recommend people travel in a 5-year. I recommend people move if they can in the 5-year. And quite frankly, if you want to have a baby, 5 years is the perfect time to do it. When I look at you as a person, extremely adaptable, but you do have addiction issues. You're a very loyal person, unless you're around people who have did you dirty, because you're gonna get it straight in people's faces, man. I like roosters because you know exactly where you stand with them. They're not gonna beat around the bush like Dana White. Yeah. Dana White's a rooster. This guy ain't fucking playing games, man. He's going to tell you exactly what you think. Bills, you don't fucking bite your lip too much, do you? No, bro. Maybe with Myron a bit. But he don't bite his whip too much. He tells people exactly what he thinks, man. That's what you expect out of roosters. Bills, are roosters loyal? Are they kind of loyal to a fault? Yeah, rooster's one of the most loyal signs. You know what other sign is loyal?
Dog. Ain't it?
Horse.
I thought dogs.
Whatever sign is loyal? Dog. You know, dogs are loyal as like a friendship type of thing. Like you my dude, I got your back, shit like that.
Bad to date.
And they're not very loyal when it comes to monogamy, though, man. That just doesn't work for them too much, man. When it comes to dogs, you know, pigs, they be having side pieces, man. And there's not a dog in the world who has a big bag who isn't fucking testing the waters, bro. It is what it is. You know, horses, you know, they like to fuck around and do some like nasty shit, but not as nasty as dogs, man. Yeah, dogs. Horses tend to be very loyal. Shout out to Myron, who stuck up for his manager yesterday after everyone wanted to get him fired. You really think you're gonna put pressure on Myron to fire me? You don't know that motherfucker, man.
They ain't listen to nobody.
You don't know Myron, okay?
Nothing.
If Myron is cool with somebody, and I go up to him and be like, "Yo, Myron, I think you should cut him off," he ain't gonna do it. Yeah. You think I go up to Myron and be like, "Yo, don't do this, don't do this." Are you out your fucking mind? No one fucking does that. I give Myron my opinion, and he values it. That's why I'm around. I give Fresh my opinion, and I fucking do things behind the scenes with him, and he values it. But you guys really thought you're going to put enough pressure on Myron Gaines to fire me? This motherfucker don't even care about money. Guy's worth like fucking 8 figures and he drives a fucking 2002 Honda. Yeah, shit the crazy. Motherfucker don't give a fuck. You know what he does give a fuck about? His morals and his principles. He's not going to do someone dirty. No. And, you know, when it comes down to it, people who aren't money hungry, they're usually pretty honorable people. Because most of the people who screw you over, it's going to be for money of some sort or some pussy. That's usually what, and this is why I don't trust certain people. This is why I don't trust Nick Fuentes. I don't trust any of these guys. How are you going to be a 26-year-old man in the United States of America and still a virgin? I don't trust people like that. I do not trust people like that. I don't trust women who have too many bodies, and I don't trust guys who have no bodies. Because the women who have too many bodies, they don't respect themselves. The guys who don't have any bodies, they probably can't get anything. And I've seen this. I've literally seen the beta male in the group. There's this one woman I've seen. She was dating this one guy and they broke up. And then she started fucking with the beta male in the group. Broke up. All the fucking friendships. And it was only because that guy was so weak to the flesh that he started banging his girl, his ex. And all of a sudden, all the shit broke up. Brothers started fighting with each other. So you never want to get that weak link in there because a woman will take advantage of it. So that's the weak link. Oh, I can get him to simp for me. And if I can get him to simp for me, I can get back at this dude. This is how they think. Yeah.
They targeting you. You think
this is exactly how they think. So again, I don't trust women with too many bodies. I don't trust guys with any bodies. If you can't get anyone, I don't trust you because the first chance you can get something, you're going to betray me. All right, Dom, before you go, you got anything to tell the audience? Tell them where they can find you on Instagram, on YouTube, all that shit.
You can find me on all of the social medias, Instagram, YouTube, and X, so DOM space LUCRE. It's the same username. I'm posting on YouTube twice a day outside of the shows with Gary. Also dropping my next video in about 10 minutes on the tube as well.
Let's go.
Sure.
Let's go. Always appreciate you, bro.
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, we did it, man. Yes. Teamwork, make the dream work. I appreciate you coming. He can't do the whole show for me. He had future engagements, but he was nice enough to say, yo, Gary, I'll ride with you for a little bit, man. Much appreciated, brother.
Sure. Happy to be here. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let's do it. Go through another super chat. I got another one. Let me do this one first. Gary, love your content. My birthday is 2/14/2000. Born and raised in Miami. So you born and raised in the nicest city in America. You know, when it comes down to the United States of America, monkeys got the edge. America's founded in 1776. The monkeys always got the edge. And what is the state that was basically Wall Street? It's New York City. I'm sorry, not New York City. New York, the state of New York. It's a monkey state. The monkey state is the one with the money, Wall Street. And what is the fastest rising city in America right now? Miami. Miami will be the financial capital of the United States of America if it overcomes this Chinese threat and it becomes a superpower for another 100 years. The financial capital of the United States will not be in New York. It will be here in Miami if that happens. And there's a good chance it will. If you were born in the monkey year, Miami is exactly for you. And quite frankly, you're a dragon. So when it comes down to it, it's good energy for you here. The only place you have really bad energy in America is California. Stay the fuck away from California. As a person, you're a 9 life path, and you're born on the 14th. So I'm going to be very honest with you, my man. 9s tend to simp for women, but you don't, because you're born on the 14th and you're a good-looking dude, so you don't need the simp. But I am worried when I look at that birthday for you to have a lot of kids out of wedlock. People who are 9s and 5s, that's usually their biggest problem, and not to mention your Aquarius. Aquariuses have the biggest, and I mean the absolute biggest trouble in relationships. Aquarius is like, you know why? Bills, Aquariuses want people to be their lovers and best friends at the same time. You got to be out your fucking mind. That just doesn't work too well. So, going back to you, stagnation in your career. Stagnation in your career. Brother, you're like fucking what? Not even 25 years old? What do you mean stagnation? You haven't even lived a life yet, bro. Talking about stagnation in his career and shit like that, bro. Chill. 2028 is going to be the best year of your life, man. Just grind until then. You'll be fine. Trust me. But you're in the right city. All right, who's next? Okay, I got that one. 10/28, 2004. So we have another person who was born on the 28th donating. See, you notice how it's all the same numbers who are donating because those are the people who have the money. It is what it is. I just want you guys to observe how numerology and astrology works because it's dead on. All right, let's see what he's talking about. Oh, he's an 8 life path too? You're an 8 out of 28? I like it. All right, monkey, firefighting compatible for me? I mean, yeah. Quite frankly, I think you could do a lot better than that when it comes to money. Any advice of a living, prosperous life? Yeah, you should be like trading stocks. You should be in the financial field, bro. With birthdays like that, nah. When it comes to finding a solid woman, I hate doing this part, man. I really do. Because it's like, it's fucked up. It's not fair. But you're born on the 28th, so the money's going to come easy in life. Like, you're not necessarily going to be a billionaire, but whenever you need it, it's going to come. But it comes with a cost, and the cost is relationships. You're just not going to do well in relationships. That's not your strong point. Hate telling people this, man. And once you're in a relationship, you're not very good at sharing your time. So I expect you to be an extremely rich person, but I don't think it's in your best interest to actually get married. I do still encourage you to have kids. I still encourage you to find a woman who you can have relationships with, a woman who will be loyal to you, but do not get married under a government contract. It will be nothing but a ball and chain on you. Best advice I can give you, my friend. Just don't do it. After your birthday hits this year, going to be an 11-year cycle. Your outlook on life is going to change. And as long as you don't let the emotions overcome you, you're going to be a winner. You see, Bill, this is hard because I don't want to take people's hopes away. I don't want to take people's hopes away. But I know that if they get married, 99% is going to fail. So I don't want to set him up for a loss anyway. So it is what it is. I don't think you should get married, but you're going to get a big bag. All right, who's next? Yo, Eric, what the hell, bro? Eric, put in the chat so Bills can find it. Am I late on any, or are we good? Okay, so if you want a super chat, you want a live reading, 98 or above, anything below, I usually have a chat bot, but I don't have it today. So because I don't have it today, I don't actually want you to donate because then you're going to be like, I'm stealing your money. I ain't about that, man. I want you to get a quality product. And quite frankly, I'm the best numerologist in the world. I charge like $1,000 to talk to me. So if you can talk to me for a little bit and, you know, I can give you some advice, I'll be happy to do it. What is it? The chat bot is up. The chat bot's up? Oh, okay. So the chat bot is actually up. So what does that mean? If you want to do 98 or above, I'll talk to you. I'll make you famous. I'll put you on a podcast. Anything below, the bot will take care of it. So it is what it is. Did we get this guy's birthday yet or not? Eric, man, you slipping. Or would you just want to donate? I appreciate it, man. But, you know, if you're just donating, I don't feel right about that. And I'm going to tell you why, man. I don't need donations. I want to work for what I do. What's his birthday? 9/13/2000, 6 Lifepath, home and family oriented. Going to definitely be a strong family man. I'm looking at his birthday. Family's going to be everything to him. You have a critical mindset, man. You're a perfectionist. Little things piss you off. You have a quick temper, but you cool down quickly. When it comes down to you, my friend, you're going to have to work hard. People born on the 13th have to work hard in life to make it. You also need to develop better social skills because most people with that birthday need better social skills. So I don't need to know you. I just know you're going to get a lot better at that area. Quite frankly, you're going to be a very charismatic person as you get older, but you're going to have to put in the work until then. Family businesses would do very well with you. Last advice, always watch out for the man. Hope you understand what that means. Who's next?
He said, I live in California. I sell on Amazon and I own Bitcoin. Any advice?
Get the fuck out of California. You're a dragon living in a goddamn fucking dog state. What are you thinking? Do you know I called the California fires? I literally called the California fires. I told people in 2024, don't be in a dragon year, don't be in California. Now some smart asses come like, hey, the fire started January 7, 2005, Gary. That was not 2024. You're right, it wasn't, but it was still a dragon year. Because a dragon year didn't end until January 29th of 2025. And I said, watch out in that year. I don't make mistakes because I follow a system that's within the matrix itself. You know, Tate talks about the matrix. Tate talks about the matrix, and the way he talks about the matrix is, oh, the Rothschilds are the matrix and the government and all this. No, they're not. They're just part of the club, man. They're just part of the club, man. The matrix is the energy, is the gods, is the demon gods that we all talk about, that all you guys pray to. If you do one thing, listening to me, understand that you don't need to pray. A real God, a real prime creator isn't going to demand your freaking worship. You know what he is? He's just going to judge you. He's not going to interfere. You want to go steal, hit licks, get over on people? Cool. He'll see you at the finish line. He'll see you at the finish line. All of us are going to have to meet our maker someday. Every single one of us. And I can truly say I've made the world a better place. I have definitely made the world a more intelligent place. No doubt about that whatsoever. I don't care if you're a hater. It is what it is. But when you look at the big picture, when you look at the big picture, I can do nothing but smile. Bills, 2001, 9/11 happened. That's the day I became a numerologist. I went outside, smoked one for all the people who passed away that day, and then I started fucking studying, bro. I started studying, and that was the event that triggered me. Because, you know, most people, if you know, who are my age, if you ask them what was the biggest event of their lives, they're going to say 9/11. Even they're Canadians, they're going to say 9/11. 9/11 was the biggest event ever. And the numerology around 9/11 is all there. Twin Towers look like an 11. First plane that hit the World Trade Center is Flight 11. New York City, 11 letters. The Pentagon, 11 letters. Shanksville, you know, where that one plane went down, 11 letters. New York City, 11 letters. New York is the 11th state in the union. When does it stop becoming a coincidence? Let's see. What's that? GG33. What does that say? Yeah, what does that one say? Is someone calling me a scammer? Okay. All right. Yo, if you're a hater, feel free to call in. If you're a hater, feel free to call in. Okay, you have a hater on? Okay, put him on, man. Everyone's a Justin Bieber hater after that one. Bro, that's one ugly motherfucker. And I ain't no Casanova, but god damn, bro. He's tough to look at. That's got to be a crack face. Yeah, crack cocaine, like, don't work with any race, but it's real tough on white people, bro. That shit's tough on white people. This guy looks like he just came back from fucking hell. Then again, you know, he is married, so maybe he is in hell, depending on the fucking, you know, his woman is more fucking masculine than he is. All right, go ahead, man. And if you say any bullshit, we're hanging up right away, man.
Yo.
All right, brother. What's up? Okay.
Oh,
yeah, go ahead. Let's go. Come on. I gave you the ball. I gave you the ball. Hand off. Let's go. I have less patience with people than Myron. You got to get this shit going, bro. I'm not going to give you any time. Let's go. What do you have on your mind? Say your piece. Motherfucker, bro. I'm carrying this shit on my goddamn back. You fucking came here. You were on the fucking phone. You wanted to talk to me. I gave you the mic, and you fucking choked. You fucking choked. I might as well call you the Buffalo Bills. You fucking choked. The fuck is wrong with people, man? Fucking get a phone line this morning.
We got another call.
All right, bro. I'm telling you guys, I'm going to cook you. I'm going to cook you. Don't come in here with no bullshit.
5630, you're up. 5630.
Come on with this bullshit.
Hello?
Hello?
Go ahead, man.
Yo, Gary, I got a quick question for you, man.
Yep.
Come on. All right, my name is Eastwood, man. I was born on July 28, 1999. So I'm trying to see if getting married is a good idea.
July 28th, 99?
Yes.
Okay. Get married to another 99 and you'll be fine.
Okay.
All right.
And then what about getting the bag, though?
That's the thing. When you call in, you get one question. You're one question up. I ain't a fucking genie. You won't get 3 wishes. You get one, motherfucker. You're out. That's it. That's it, man.
All right.
That's it. That's it. Yeah, I'm not a fucking genie in a bottle, man. Come here with your one question. And, you know, if you're a hater, I'll go back and forth with you. But see, here's the thing. I know a bunch of haters in here. But the thing about these haters, they're fucking cowards. So it is what it is. Let's see. We got another reading. 216 1081. What the fuck is this? 1981? Okay. I was about to say, bro. That's what do you think? You're a Highlander or something, bro? Like, god damn, I don't know any fucking birthdays for 1081. Like, what the fuck? But all right, what do we have here? We have a one Lifepath who was born on the 16th. Oh, okay, this is an interesting birthday. So people who are born on the 16th, 7th, 25th, while they don't do well in relationships, and that's usually a problem, that's why I tell people don't get married in 7-year cycles. The problem with them is sometimes they're too secluded. 7s need something I coined me time, like time to chill just by them fucking selves. That's what 7s need. And quite frankly, you need to find a person or a partner who understands that. And not a lot of people will. That's why 7 is probably the most cold-hearted number. You know, even women who are born in the 7th, 16th, 25th, they ain't that emotional, Bills. They're just not. As a matter of fact, women who are born in the 7th, 16th, 25th, you know what they're interested in? You know what they're interested in? I swear to God, man, you fucking nerds have a chance. Because the women who are born in the 7th, 16th, 25th, they're not interested in fucking nice cars. They might be, but that's not their main goal. They're not there to, you know, bend over for a quick one-night stand. Yeah, maybe, but that's not what they're about. They're not about, you know, someone who's a bodybuilder and just having sex. They're not about that bag as much as other women either. They don't even want a family. They just want someone who's a fucking intellectual. So all you fucking losers, all you fucking degenerates who are scared to talk to women, but you're actually really smart, women born in the 7th, 16th, 25th is for you. But, you know, here's the problem. You don't know how to talk to women. So you're never going to fucking figure that out, man. I'm not a natural talker, Bills. He's like, really? No, I'm not. I'm not a natural talker, bro. I'm born in the 7th. This is something that I had to develop over time. As of right now, I'm definitely one of the best in the game. But when I started this stuff, all that shit, bro. I wasn't that good at this shit. I'm not going to lie. Maybe I had some natural charisma, but I wasn't that good at this stuff. Did you know I stuttered? And I couldn't pronounce the difference between an L and an S when I was younger. And quite frankly, you know how my name's Gary, right? I couldn't pronounce the R when I was younger. So first day of school, every day you had to stand up and say your name. And all the kids would fucking just wait till I stood up because they would start fucking laughing because they knew I couldn't pronounce my own name. Bro, I'm keeping it dead ass with you, bro. I couldn't pronounce my name. The kids would wait in the first day of school knowing I couldn't fucking say it. And they would just bust out laughing. And they didn't even call me Gary. They called me Gowie. So dead ass, bro. Because I've been dealing with haters my whole life. And that's honestly, because people call me Gowie, that's how I learned how to fight. I'm like, okay, motherfucker, you want to talk shit? I'm just going to whoop your ass, bro. As a matter of fact, I was a bully, bro, in school. I went from a hood school to a place called Beechwood, Ohio, and Beechwood, Ohio is where the upper class were. So I came from a rough neighborhood into probably one of the richest schools in Ohio, and I just straight bully people, bro. I'm in 9th grade. I'm fucking throwing 11th graders in the locker room. I would turn my pocket inside out like this and have people hold it going down the hallway. And if they didn't, I whooped their ass. And I was terrorizing that school for about maybe 2.5 months. And then one day I went to the cafeteria and the fucking football team snatched me. And they fucking put me on a fucking table and they fucking gave me a blanket party. They beat the fuck out of me. And it was an ass whooping that I needed. Because my head was getting a little bit too big and I needed that ass whooping. See, sometimes for guys, ass whoopings are healthy. They give you a reality check, especially when you're younger. Because when you're younger, you think you that motherfucker until you fucking catch an L. And then you got to reevaluate sometimes. You know, bro, I was a cocky 9th grader, bro. I was talking mad shit. Go up to people and smack them, give them a straight chest. You know, we used to play ghetto ball in our school. You know what ghetto ball is? It's basically 21, except there's no fouls. So if you come in the hole, you're catching a fucking body shot. So that's why that's why the weak people stood out there and hit threes. Real soldiers went in, and I just come in. I would come in straight like this, bro, like this with elbows. and again, you know, this is behavior that is very adolescent. This is not something that, you know, you should be doing in society. But that's why I was a kid. I was 14 years old, 15 years old, somewhere in that area. You're not going to tell a 13, 14, 15-year-old anything. You really aren't. What can I tell you, man? It is what it is, man. All right, let's see. I'm going to try that phone line one more time. But getting back to this person born 1981, go hard this year. Go hard this year. Usually I would say people, listen, you're in a 9-year cycle. Usually I tell people to back off a little bit in the 9-year cycle. But looking at your exact birthday, you probably need to go harder than most people in the 9 because you're not going to be in this type of energy for too much longer. You don't have those breaks that other people do, so you might have to take advantage of it. Not the ideal situation in the 9-year cycle, but you got to do what you got to do. Quite frankly, 2029, that's when it's really going to turn on for you. It is what it is. All right, anyone next? All right. Yeah, we can go back to the phone lines and don't piss me off, people. Don't fucking piss me off. I'm not going to sit here and wait for you guys to talk like they do for fucking 30 seconds on Fresh and Fit. I'm going to give you one chance. I'll talk you down to you. I'll give you another, then you're fucking gone. All right? Myron's a very patient individual. I am not. I don't give a fuck. You know, these haters be calling in the show, and he just fucking sits there and fucking listens to these people. Bro, I'm ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? If you want a reading done publicly, like I've been doing, 98 or above. If you just want a reading, the bot is active, and put in the birthday, do a donation. It'll give you a reading. All right.
3941, you're up.
Hello?
All right, brother, you're up, man. I'm 0 for 2 with these callers, man. People are really not like getting it. So hopefully you're going to be on point. You're going to be an example for people who call in. What's on your mind? Speak your piece, brother.
Yeah, so my name is Jose. I was born February 22nd, 2006 in Mexico, and I'm currently living in California. Next year, I'm going to be in a 7 personal year.
Yes, sir.
But it's gonna be a horse year. So.
So you said you said you're born 4/22.
No, February 22nd.
Oh, okay, February 22nd.
2006.
Okay, so that makes sense. Yeah. So even though it's your horse year next year, you're gonna be in a 7-year cycle. So
And also my lucky number is 26, and it's gonna be 2026.
No. I get all that. I already did that in my head. Remember who taught you all this stuff. When it comes down to it, you're in a 7-year cycle, and even if you're in your friendly energy in a 7-year, it's difficult. And it sucks because it's like you only get these once every 12 years while you have to be in a 7-year cycle, but it happens sometimes. So if I were you, I'd just learn as much as possible. Just be like a sponge, just absorb information, also, brother.
I'm in a 33 personal year this year. I know I only have one question.
It's more of a 33-6, but go ahead.
Okay, well, thanks for that. That's all I wanted to know.
Oh, good, brother. See, this is how you do it, guys. This is how you do it, but that's it. I'm not doing any more readings on the phone. If you guys want a reading, doing the super chat, 98 or above, but I'm going to open the line only up to haters. I want some entertainment. I want to cook people. I'm not going to cook people who are fans. Well, sometimes I will, but usually I won't. I want to cook a hater. If you're a hater, I know you're watching. Build up the balls. I know it's hard. But get the fucking balls to actually call up and say your piece. I don't bite. Not your mother. All right. What's that? Go ahead. And these people, man. I don't like dead time. You're wasting my time and you're wasting their fucking time. Get on the mic, say what the fuck you have to say, and maybe we'll have a conversation. Maybe I'll say, yo, you're a lame. Get the fuck out of here. Maybe I'll be interested to talk to you. But until you actually say something, we won't know, will we? So I'm going to count to 5. And this motherfucker better start talking. 1, 2, 1, dos, tres. See, I'm multilingual, but yeah, he's gone. Fuck him. That's it. That's it. People want to play games. It is what it is, man. All right, man. Let's see what I want to talk about now. All right. If you guys want to follow me on IG or any of these other services, Matrix Prime, just put in GG33. I honestly have like 10 accounts that are like over 100K. So I'm doing pretty well there. Twitter, I really don't give a fuck about. Fuck Elon Musk. He's literally working for evil people. You know, what do you think his name is? Elon for no reason? E-L, like Elohim. You notice, you guys think the devil runs hell? No, Elohim does. That's why you have an E-L in hell. You people really need to start paying attention to what the fuck is going on in this world. Because if you're not, you're going to be fucking lost. You're going to be absolutely lost. Like these white supremacists. Everything's a Jew's fault to them. Every single thing is a Jew's fault. That's why I asked you, Peterson, is it the Jew's fault that you got a DUI and you got pulled over? He didn't even want to take accountability for that. And that's what triggered him. Because I got him at the end, and that thing blew up on social media, so he started going after me. Now, I'm the wrong one, pimp. I'm the wrong one. I'm going to be cooking you the whole freaking year, just like I cooked Andrew Wilson. You know, the Christian who's taking care of other man's kids? He was so not expecting that when I fucking had that debate with him. Because the first 30 minutes, I'm like, okay, I'll have a debate with you. No issues. But afterwards, I'm just going to cook the shit out of you. Because that's exactly what I do, man. I don't like nonsense. I really don't like nonsense. Haha, nice. Yeah, right? Yeah, right? The chat knows. The chat knows. You guys get it, man. So, let me ask you guys in the chat, because I want you guys to be active a little bit. If you guys still pray to a god or a demon, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't pray, put a 2 in the chat. I want to see what's going actually on. I want to see where my chat is at. 1 if you pray, 2 if you don't. This is not difficult. I want to see where everyone's at. There we go. 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2. That's what I like to see, man. That's about 80% of people out there who have rejected prayer. They have rejected getting their energy siphoned. They have rejected Is, El, and Ra, because those are the demon gods who run this world. Do not pray or you become prey. I'm going to close off. And again, I'm going to close this thing off, but I want to talk a little bit about my favorite guy out there, Donald J. Trump, the guy I supported since 2015. You know, I supported him from the very beginning when he came down the escalator. I told my GG33 group, no more. This is the guy. Is he perfect? Hell no. He's definitely not perfect. God's created numbers. No, the prime creator created numbers, but the prime creator doesn't interfere. Of course, there is a prime creator who's above everything else, but he doesn't interfere in this realm. That's not his duty. He put these 3 demons are like locked in here, but they can't actually physically hurt us, but they can suck the emotional energy out of us. Bills, when Muslims pray, they get on their knees, don't they? Knee has 2 E's in it, doesn't it? Just like the word 3 in the Holy Trinity, right? Just like the word sleep has 2 E's in it. You connect the dots. I already revealed it. You connect the dots. You think I'm capping. You think I don't care if you think I'm capping. You think I make money telling Muslims, Christians, Jews, Hindus, and Buddhists that they're praying to a demon? You think that's a good way to make money? You think that's a good way to actually boost my business? What are you people insane? If I was a grifter, I'd be saying everything's good's gonna happen. Give me money. I don't give a fuck. I literally don't give a fuck. And some of you people in the chat, you really need to start recognizing that bullshit. Fucking just low IQ shit, man. Low IQ shit. All right, super chat. 8/18/1980. So we have an 8 life path. If that also helps, from Texas. I've been seeing the number 52 for the past 2 years. Even the other day, your Cuban Uber driver. What the hell? Driver said you had 652 people in your stream. Oh, okay. So what does it mean when you see the number 52? So let me make this abundantly clear. It's not one size fit all. So best example I can give you is a couple years ago, I was driving and I saw the number 945. And my brother's a 45/9 life path. And I told the person I was driving in the car with that, oh, my brother should call me pretty soon. That's exactly what happened within 30 minutes. My brother called me, who was the 9 life path, who was exactly a 45/9, because his birthday adds up to 45. And I was able to interpret that based off the numbers I saw. Now, would 945 mean the same thing to someone else? Probably not. For instance, if you see 6, for some person, that can mean, oh, I'm going to have a lot more responsibility. Other person, that can mean a baby's coming. So it's not one size should fit all, but I have a good idea of what something means to somebody. So if I'm going to look at your birthday again, and then I'm going to look at the number 52, and I hate giving dead time, but I actually have to think and calculate things. So I do apologize. I hate giving dead time, but Gary got to think. I know that's beyond some of you guys, but it is what it is. So I'm looking at the number 52 to you, and that would probably signify a sexual relationship with someone. That's what I would believe that would signify with you. Maybe a partner or a previous partner, or you're thinking of this girl or something like that who's born, or a person who's born on this type of plane. So I would probably say it's a female or someone you've maybe had a sexual relationship with. And when you see that number, you're probably thinking of them or they're thinking of you. So obviously, if I had you and I could probably ask you questions, I can narrow it down more, but it is what it is. You're a monkey, 2028, fucking kill it. These monkeys are going to dominate 2000. You know how beneficial it is to have your own year in 2028, just like 1928 was extremely beneficial for the fucking dragons of that century. It's almost unfair. But I don't make the rules. I just live by them. Anyways, let's talk a little politics now. Donald Trump came in office, and he said he was going to raise tariffs. And he did it to Canada and Mexico, but everyone expected that. Everyone literally expected him to raise tariffs. What they didn't expect him is to do it all over the world. Obviously, they thought China was going to get hit. But they did not expect tariffs in Israel. They didn't expect tariffs in Singapore. They didn't expect this stuff. And that just tells me that Donald Trump does what the fuck he wants. No one knew outside Stephen Miller and a few of his close associates what was going on. And the fact that so many people who were supporting him, who were billionaires, are now talking shit about him because he fucking took their money in the stock market. To know that he didn't tip those people off, that's my president. He said those motherfuckers are just going to have to take a L. Donald Trump is doing what American presidents should have done a long time ago. You know, Donald Trump wanted to do this in his first term. He wanted to raise tariffs off everybody. But see, before he could do that, COVID came. And that was the end of that. And then after COVID left, the Chinese thought they would never have to deal with Donald Trump again. As Gomer Pyle says, surprise, surprise, surprise. And that motherfucker is cooking you right now. China has 104%, maybe 125. He raises them every fucking day. They're paying 125 up to percent in tariffs. They're cooked. They're not going to be able to steal and take advantage and steal intellectual property anymore. They're not going to be able to do their bootleg operations anymore because the Chinese government, not the Chinese people, the Chinese government is nothing but a fucking bunch of thieves. Because that's what communism is. Communism is legal fucking thievery. Do you know how many people the communists killed in this world? I'm sure you talk about genocides. There's something going on right now that people like to consider a genocide. Other people would argue that it's self-defense. I'll leave that story for another day. But do you guys know what happened in Ukraine? No, you don't. See, Stalin, the leader of the Soviet Union, he was a sick fucking man. And Stalin was so sick that his ex-wife committed suicide. Imagine you're the most powerful person in your country, and your wife is so sick and tired of you that she commits suicide. Do you know when she committed suicide, Bills? Stalin's wife committed suicide in Stalin's enemy year. In his enemy year, she committed suicide. Do you know why she committed suicide? No. So, well, maybe, but Hitler. Oh yeah, that's why you gotta say unalive. My apologies, YouTube. My apologies, YouTube. I didn't know that was off limits. We'll try not to do it again. Don't put me in timeout. It is what it is. I'll YouTube. Honestly, I make you guys enough money. You guys can chill, man. Chill out for a little bit. But the people who unalived themselves, Hitler's wife, and the reason she did it is because she had friends. They all had, they all took pictures together, and then the years would go by, and she was like, "Hubby, where's this person? Hubby, where's this person? Hubby, where's this person?" And then she realized he killed all of them. After his wife realized that he basically offed all of them, she decided she was going to unalive herself. Is that better, Bills? Okay. Then making sure it's something better. Wow, political correctness being rewarded. Outstanding, man. What a fucking time to be living in, man. What a fucking time to be living in. Fucking political correctness, but... But after she unalived herself, you know what Hitler did? He went after her family. I mean, not Hitler, Stalin. And by the way, Stalin is worse than Hitler. I know that bothers people. I know you don't want to hear that. But Hitler didn't actually kill his own people the way Stalin did. Stalin would actually send NVKV units, and they would be out there to arrest people. They had a quota, how many people they need in the gulag. So say you're a criminal and the state service is coming to your house, but you're not there. Well, they still got a quota. They're going to the next door neighbor. They don't give a fuck if he's innocent or guilty. They're taking him to the gulag. That's how the Soviet Union worked. And under the Soviet Union, there is a genocide in Ukraine. The Russian Bolsheviks would go into Ukraine, into the bread baskets, the wheat fields, and they'll build high towers up. And they put people there with shotguns. And if anyone tried to steal the wheat, not steal, take their own wheat off their own land, they got shot. 3 to 4 million Ukrainians starved to death. I'm gonna make this abundantly clear. I would rather have a bomb come from the fucking sky and take me out my misery right away than fucking starve to death. Do you understand how much of an agonizing death that is? That's the fucking Holocaust. That's what it is. Yes, a lot of bad things happen and a lot of bad people are doing it. But murder and manslaughter are not the fucking same. All right, let's go back to the chat. It is what it is. What's up? July 11th, 1996. So we have a 7 life path. I don't know why people are trying to call me right now. Idiots. And wife, 11/5/1992. Okay, let's go through the husband and wife. So you're a 7 life path. You're a rat. You're a monkey. Your wife is a monkey. Monkey and rat is a very good combination. So congratulations there. Now look at the numerology. Probably not the best. It is what it is. I think you guys are really good in the bedroom. I think, wait a second, your wife is older than you. That's probably going to be a problem at some point. But, oh, look at that. What did I say? Did I not say that Scorpio women usually have younger men? What do we have here? A Scorpio woman with a younger man. I will take my fucking bow. I will take my fucking bow. This is how fucking good I am. I'll fucking pat myself on the back. I don't even need you folks to do it. Looking at you two, I would probably say the relationship, it's very strong in astrology. It's weaker in numerology, but you better keep your wife busy in the bedroom. Because quite frankly, she has a very high sex drive. And if you're not laying it down in the bedroom, it's going to be a problem. I'll just leave it at that. Let's look at the kids. Oh, wow. Your daughter is born on the 5th, just like your wife. And they're both born in monkey years. So usually when people in the same family are born on the exact same day, that's a past life connection. I don't know if she was her mother, sister, brother in the past life, but that indicates a past life connection to me. It's a very strong one that you guys are born on the same exact year when it comes to animal signs and day. That's a very strong combination. Your daughter is an 11 life path. She needs to control her emotions, not let her emotions control her. She's going to be a beautiful daughter. Yo, Daddy, you have a nightmare on your hands. You have an extremely good-looking daughter, and this isn't Sharia law, brother. You better really, really have that talk. I don't, it is what it is. The son is going to have the best relationship with the father because you guys are both, I don't even want to reveal that, so I'm not going to go into that, but you're most likely going to have a better relationship with the son than you do with the daughter. It is what it is. When I look at your son, he's the genius. You have a very, very smart kid. Quite frankly, he might have a short attention at times, but extremely intelligent. And you really got to put in the work with him. He's going to be a late bloomer. You have to understand, Capricorns are late bloomers. Most Capricorns are always late bloomers. And if you're watching this right now, I need some freaking likes, man. Let's get those likes up. I know you guys are lazy. I know I'm asking you to do a big thing to push a button. I understand, man. It's a big, big ask, but somehow I think you guys can do it. So like the video because I need more likes, man, because I don't even know what the hell I'm doing this for. If it's not for that, man. Hey, it is what it is. Okay, next person, 5/20/1996. These rats keep wanting to know things. I was born at 11:58 p.m., right when Taurus switches to Gemini. Ah, I see. So you're asking me what that means. So Cusps play a part. Cusps in astrology, especially Western astrology, that's a big deal. So I'll give you an example. A Taurus Gemini would be a lot more socializing. A Taurus Gemini in the cusp would be a lot more friendly. But an Aries Taurus, that's a mean motherfucker. Someone who's an Aries and a Taurus and right on the cusp, that's a mean motherfucker. Adolf Hitler come to mind? No, he's an Aries and a Taurus. That's a mean son of a bitch. Because I'm going to make this clear. No matter what you believe on him, he's the one who started that war over there. Millions of people died because of him. Not saying it was all his fault, but it is what it is. Could you imagine there's people out there who are like looking up to Hitler at this time? Now, I understand doing it as a joke. I get that. Some people want to play games, whatever. That's fun. Hitler was one of the most important figures in the 20th century. That I don't think that's even a question. But he's not a role model under any stretch of the imagination. And quite frankly, Hitler lost the war. Why are you trying to make heroes out of fucking losers? General Patton won the fucking war. Montgomery with the British won the war. General Yukov. Oh, what the hell? What's the Russian general's name? General of Yukov, I believe his name was. I could have been butchering it, but he won the war. As a matter of fact, it was the Russians who did most of the fighting. All right, going back to the super chat. What do we have here? You're a 5 life path. Well, I would consider you probably more Gemini than Taurus. But you know what you are above all else? A rat. Because the Chinese astrology always supersedes the Western astrology. So when it comes down to it, you always trust your gut. That's what it comes down to. Rats need to trust their gut. And you know what rats are best at, Bills? Manipulation. That's what rats are best at. There's a certain state that was born in 1948. They're really good at manipulation. They're extremely good at manipulation. Extremely good at manipulation. It is what it is. And I'm Jewish. I want people to know this. I'm Jewish. I'm sure that's gonna piss half of you guys off in there. But am I religious? Hell no. I'm not religious. But I will tell you this. I do consider Jews extremely smart people. I consider them some of the smartest people on earth because I keep running into these billionaires with Berg or Stein is the last name. They're very smart people. So I understand why people would want Jews around them, especially in the banking field. They're very smart. Doesn't mean they're all doing nefarious things. I know you guys want to think that, but it's just not the case. So people who are born with the right energy, they're not fight or flight. They're not there to fight their own battles. Other people fight their battles for them. The rat is friends with the monkey. The rat is friends with the dragon. The rat is friends with the ox. So Israel is founded in 1948. Who protects Israel above all else? Mossad. Mossad was founded in 1949. You're the ox. The ox protects the rat. Who else protects Israel? America. America founded in 1776. You're the monkey. Monkey, rat. See, this is the stuff they don't know about. When people ask questions, what are we doing? Why are we helping them? Because the energies align. And they knew that from the very beginning, and that's why it was founded in 1948 and not 1947. Because 1948 is compatible with 1776. This is the part that people are missing. This is the part people don't understand. All right, 4/11/1989, general reading will do. No problem. Born on the 11th, old soul, extremely emotional. People are going to always come up to you and just open up to you. That's the thing about having that 11 energy. They're always going to open to you. You're very good at starting things. You need work on finishing them. You have charisma, but you prefer to be a homebody sometimes. When it comes down to you, if anyone screws you over, you're going to get their ass. I see that birthday, man. You are petty. And guess what? I love it. Make it known that if you fuck with me, if you betray me, you're going to get yours. You know, Bills, I'm not big on the Bible, but I do like some quotes. Eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Those are the quotes I ask. And what you sow is what you reap. That's karma to me. Goes around, comes around. So when it comes down to it, I'm about that. But you notice he's in Canadian. He had to pay $130 instead of the regular $98. That's what the liberals have done to your country. They made your fucking Canadian money into fucking toilet paper. And I am imploring all Canadians, come April 28th, when you go to the polls, do not allow Carney to be the next prime minister. Go with the Conservative Party. Because if you go with Carney, you cooked. China owns you. China literally gave the guy 250, not thousand, but million. You better believe he's going to be their bitch for $250 million. You must put in Pierre Poilievre. He has to be the next prime minister of Canada. If not, I'll be very, very clear with Canadians. If the Chinese are in control of the strongest office in Canada, America will not tolerate it, and we will personally remove them. It's not going to be an invasion because you guys are already fucking occupied. Going back to my friend here, who's born 4/11/1989. The older you get, the more charismatic you're going to get. You need to stay in shape. Don't be like me. Okay, I'm not an 11. I'm not born in 11. I don't need that shit. You need to be consistently active because that is how 11s are. If they're not physically active, they get too emotional and their life goes to fucking hell. You're also born in the snake year. This is your year. After your birthday hits, open a business, open a real estate company, do something, bro. Or open an LLC and sit on it. You want to imprint it with that snake energy. That's my advice to you. And quite frankly, if you're thinking about having a kid, not a bad time at all. Happy birthday, by the way, brother. Give him some kind of... What is a Don DeMarco? I've been meaning to ask you guys that. Really?
It's nothing crazy. It's
I thought it was alcohol or something.
No. It comes from like this freestyle, like this battle rap thing.
Ah, well, okay. See, I'm just a white dude, man. I don't know any of this shit, man. Anyways, we're about to wrap things up, man. It's getting to 9 o'clock. That it's past 9 already. No, I have 9:05 here.
Oh, it is 9.
Yeah, bro. See, I'm so entertaining. These motherfuckers, they don't even know what time it is, man. That's like, getting that woman just right. She don't even know where the fuck she's at. I'm just entertaining you motherfuckers so much. They don't even know what the fuck's going on. I appreciate that though. Yeah, I'm running out of steam here, man. So it is what it is. But you know what? One more call. All right, one more call. Go ahead.
1291. This is your time to shine.
Yo, hello?
Go ahead, sir. What's on your mind?
Hey, Gary. Shout out Q. Fantastic app. I love the team.
And I appreciate you saying that. The Q app.
Dude,
the Q app is the best app there is. Tell them about the Q app, brother.
Okay. So, like, if you need to travel, you can just look up the general location, like the state, gives you the energies, you match it with yourself. If you sign up to Lifetime like myself, you get these AI with multiple, like, bots or different specialized subjects powered by your teachings, right?
Correct.
Exactly, bro. It's like, come on. It's like
it just makes what you want to do in life so much easier. Whether you're buying a car, whether you're thinking about taking a trip, whether you're going to a restaurant, You can exactly what is best based off your energy. Do you understand how many mistakes people make not knowing that? We just made it easy for you. We made it very easy for you guys. Just download the Q app. I can't do a better sale than this. This is customers telling you. This is a happy customer. Someone who paid me. How much did you pay for a lifetime?
800 at the time.
800.
Totally
800.
I already made the
Totally
money back.
worth it. He already said he made the money back. So I'm telling you right now, this is Q Studios, and we name it Q Studios so you guys understand. This is the app I back. Now, GG33 has a lot of apps. This by far is the best one. Push the button or something, man. Go bad.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, anything else on your mind, my friend?
Nah, man, you got to get to gambling. Great show. Love it. I love to call in, so thanks for the opportunity.
No problem. So I'm going to, in the future, I'll have gambling related shows and stuff like that. And people will enjoy them. Let me see. Right now, the Rangers just whooped the Islanders' ass 6-0. Red Wings down 3-1 to Panthers. Blackhawks up 4-1. We like it. Yeah, man. Listen. I have found ways to use numerology in just ways that other people never even thought of. And that's one of the secrets to my success.
Can I ask a quick question?
I mean, you didn't have to cut me off like that, brother, but go ahead.
Oh, my bad, Garrett. I know you got to go, but, I was watching another episode, and you talked about how this is going to be a large legacy. How are people going to be using it besides, I can definitely see a large, acceptance of a Q app once numerology is, more accepted, but I think you said it could definitely on par with religion.
The day will come. The day will come. My brothers and sisters, the day will come. Well, people will put down their Qurans, people will put down their Talmuds and their Bibles and their Torahs, and they will accept the gift that the prime creator gave them. Men lie, women definitely lie, but numbers never lie. But here's the thing. It's not supposed to be worshipped. I'm never going to tell you to worship anything. You use numerology and astrology as a tool. That's all it is. If people go out here and say, I'm a prophet, I'm going to push back. If people go out and say this is going to be a new religion, I'll push back. This is going to be a new way of thinking. And I'm going to go to my grave knowing that I left my legacy on this planet. I'm going to go to my grave knowing that no matter what people thought about me when I was alive, whether I offended them or they loved me or whatever, I'm going to know that this world changed because I enforced my fucking will on it. And I didn't do it through force like Napoleon and Hitler. I didn't do it through religion like all these other people. I did it through knowledge, an application of knowledge in a way that no one has ever done it before. And I'm going to die a happy man. I'm definitely the Thomas Edison of numerology. And, the thing is, Thomas Edison's a 33 life path just like me. So damn Skippy. And people out there saying, Edison stole Tesla's work. Motherfucker, Tesla's a time traveler. Tesla's a time traveler. He took the technology back from the future, took it to the past, and all of a sudden he's a genius? Get the fuck out of here. What's the evidence that he's a time traveler? In the future, people aren't going to sleep for fucking 5, 6, 7 hours. They're just going to take 20-minute naps every 3 hours. That's the future. And that's what he did in the past because he picked up that habit in the future. Another fact, people who aren't in this timeline, you can't have kids. That's why Keanu Reeves doesn't have kids. If you don't belong in this timeline, you will not have kids. It is what it is, man. Anyways, Bills, I'm about to wrap this thing up. I appreciate everyone listening, but let's not, kid ourselves. I'm the one doing you guys the favor by teaching you and entertaining you and tap dancing. I'm like, Bro, I wish I could add those one-liners on YouTube, bro. I really wish I could, because it would be very entertaining if I could. Let's see. I wasn't paying that. Homie would cut me off. How did I cut you off? Who did I cut off? What the hell are you talking about, man? Anyways, get the Q app, the best absolute app, and it's based off my knowledge. And I'm telling you, just makes life so much freaking easier. Anyways, Bills, anything to say? This has been a GG33 production. We out.